Hello, and welcome back to the Everyday Trainer podcast. My name is Meg, and I am a dog trainer. Today's episode, we are joined by Shane Murray, Celine, and Thoma. We just got back from Wyoming, so we're going to talk about our trip, Celine's trials, and kind of just everything you guys should know about trialing and getting into sports. You know the drill. Grab yourself a tasty drink and meet us back here. Hello, guys.
Yo.
Welcome.
Hello.
We need intros.
I wish I
I
had
know.
a catchy
like
last
an
name
intro.
like that.
I want something.
Shane gets that last name. Shane Murray.
Well, yeah,
I know.
fucking
I'm
everybody. Nobody knows who Shane is.
There's a lot of Shanes,
Shane Murray,
so-
Sean Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
I
to
don't.
get some
I didn't
intros.
even realize that I always say your first and last
Everybody always does. Anytime I hear
Yeah.
someone talking about me, it's
You-
always Shane
name.
Murray.
You got a good name.
Yeah, it rings
Yeah.
well. It's like, James
Murray.
Bond, the short.
Bond, Murray, Shane Murray.
Thoma, Lucan.
Toma's cool.
I know it's a lot.
Toma.
But no one has the name Thoma, so you're very,
It really sucks
Can
when
we
you have to
st-
order a coffee. Like every single
Well,
time.
how do you spell your name?
Thoma, no S.
There's no S. I thought there was an S, and you
You
were
just
just being
default.
French and fancy, and you were just like, but you
Silent
pronounce
S.
it Toma. That's what I thought.
There's like a little thing on top.
I'm weak.
All right, so this is take 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
in case you guys didn't know, we did this whole entire podcast, literally almost 2 hours, and then Celine's outlet went out because there's a timer on it, and here we are doing it again.
We
But
lost
now-
everything.
We have Thoma with us.
So it's much different. It's a
Bonus.
sign from the universe.
Bonus
Yeah.
round.
That's what we get for doing it without Toma.
We were
Yeah.
literally talking about it. I sound echoey, don't I? A little bit.
A little bit.
My microphone is funny. Anyways, we were talking about it, and we're like, we need Thoma here to talk about his PDC journey and that
Yeah.
And
experience.
his trial experience.
Yeah.
We got stuff to talk about. But first, behold the Holy Grail. Oh! Congratulations, Celine.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you guys.
congrats.
We are super proud of you. That's a lot of what they call in the sport hardware. Very impressive. Very tough
Appreciate
to
it,
do.
y'all.
You went back to back 2 days. For anybody who doesn't know, trialing a dog for PSA, you have to trial the competitive levels. That's 1, 2, and 3. You have to complete it twice. In the level 1s, you have the opportunity to do it day after day. So she trialed on Friday or Saturday?
It was a Saturday.
Saturday, did it, and then came back on Sunday and did it. And that is very fucking hard. Like, for my dog Slim in our training, I wouldn't be able to do that. Dogs start getting loose and sloppy on the trial field where they don't get any corrections, where they get a lot of bites. It's a lot of fun. And going back-to-back days is super fucking difficult. So that's just an attest to the training. And I'm probably going to say this a few times. I mentioned this the last time we did this. It takes a special type of training and a special type of dog to be able to trial back-to-back days. Again, like my dog couldn't do it. There's no way Slim would be able to do it. So it's very, very impressive. But again, I expected nothing less
Appreciate it.
at all. But yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so first time trialing out of state. It does sound a little
Yeah.
echoey.
I heard it too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Just keep it close.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just be really close. Breathe.
Easy.
Like ASMR. Yeah, so we traveled to Wyoming. I've never traveled that far for a trial before.
Dog people, man.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. But when they told me that there was a trial out there, I really, really wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to go to Wyoming. It was one of those like bucket list states. Always wanted to travel to. But luckily, I did have someone bring Bretta out for me. So Ano drove her out in her van for like a week. So I didn't get to train her for a week before this. So I was freaking out.
Fuck.
Yeah, even that's crazy.
Yeah, but she
It
was so solid. She was so
scared.
ready.
No, I was so
She'd
scared
been ready.
though. Yeah, she's been. The thing is, she's been
ready.
Were you
Been
nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so nervous.
Like not having her for the week.
I was very nervous leading up to it because before trial we were training
Twice a
back
week,
to back
yeah.
to back to back, even 3 times a week
Oh
sometimes.
yeah,
'cause
towards
I
like
was
the
going
last 2
out.
weeks. Well, yeah, because we were like, she's not going to be with her for a whole week.
Exactly.
So
So I was freaking
gotta
out.
get
I
it
didn't know
in.
how she was going to be with a week break going into trials. So I was already kind of nervous for that. But I mean, she did fine.
No, she did really. She held it together, dude.
Yeah, she did okay.
She did all
okay.
right. She
Yeah.
did all right. But I was very nervous for day 2. I didn't really know how she was gonna, act on that second day. But she scored the same exact score both days, which is insane.
That's tough.
Which
But
is
that's
funny.
Like
consistency.
a couple points difference from like
Just 1
protection
point.
to
1
just,
point
like,
each. It flip flopped.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
first day she got a higher protection score, and then 1 point, and then 1 less obedience score, and then the next day it was like flip flopped.
She flip flopped.
Yeah, which is insane. But that also shows the consistency of the judging too.
For
How
sure.
Shout
out Steve, right?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah,
Steve Roberts.
Steve's a good judge.
That was a very difficult. he was on. some
Let's
stuff,
like
but-
back it up and talk about PSA and what that actually is.
So PSA, Protection Sport Association, it's basically combinations. It's funny talking about this because I've been barely doing it.
Yeah.
But it's a
We've been doing it for
combination
too
of
long.
obedience and protection bite work aspects that you're judged on. How clean your obedience is, how clean your protection is. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Now the PDC is the entry level. So basically they don't call it a competitive level, even though it's fucking hard for some
It
dogs.
is hard.
Okay, Zeus got his PDC and I was on the fucking moon. I got the baddest bulldog on the West Coast, motherfuckers. I was happy as hell. But so it's the entry level, which basically shows that, okay, your dog and your training's good enough to do the competitive levels. So that's why you don't get any of that for the PDC.
It's pass or fail.
It's pass or fail, right? You just, okay, now you could start competing, right? And then the level 1 gets much more difficult compared to the contrast of the PDC, where there's like no decoys on the field, no distractions on the field. The level 1, there's decoys on the field, there's distractions, there's muzzle healing. There's a lot that goes into it, and it starts with an obedience portion, right? The dog comes out, we do our obedience and some healing, some turns, some downs, and then we put the dog away, we come back out, do our protection portion. The level 2s is the same concept. The obedience is just much harder. There's more distraction from the decoy. There's more ass out of the dog. And the protection's a little bit more harder, more complex. And then level 3s is just fucking a madhouse.
shit show.
The level
just a
3,
shit
there's like
show.
no routine, no nothing. It's just train for literally everything and fucking be ready.
everything and
So
everything.
it's a very fun sport. I definitely love the fact of it being a little crazy.
very
And
hectic.
the handler being able to help out a little bit, right? There's some loopholes here and there. IGP is very to the book. Like, this is how we do it. This is exactly how it's supposed to
routine.
look. It's routine. French ring, kind of the same. There's a routine. And the pressure isn't the same as in PSA. There's a chainsaw in a fucking room with 5 other guys. We're like,
Buckets of water.
where
It's-
French ring pressure is just, I'm gonna make your dog miss a fuckload, right? And then that's a different form of pressure. But PSA is a little bit crazier. We all train PSA out here in Southern California, majority of us, so it makes it easy for us to train for that sport. But all in all, it's a very fun sport. But I talked about this last time too. I like the fact that there's a little leeway and loopholes, but I don't like the fact that there's not like consistent judging with every judge, right? There's a lot of things that are up to judges' discretion, and that's where I'm like, man, sometimes I wish it was real black or white.
But that's where the trials are different too,
yeah.
So it's different.
Depending on
where-
which judge, like,
yeah,
you
like
trial.
IGP, it'll always be the exact same picture. So.
Yeah, but I like that because like talk about what happened when she got hit by the fucking, what was it, the lasso or the bear or
yes.
some shit.
Yeah. So during Beretta's obedience portion, there was what was it, Thoma? It was like a giant.
There was like a cow,
thing.
and in the seated decoy picture.
Yes.
basically.
Yeah. So you're supposed to down your dog in between the decoy that's in a seat and whatever objects on the other side. And this time it happened to be a giant cow, stuffed animal, which how do you even train?
It was
It was
huge.
gigantic.
Yeah.
It was like the size of someone almost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a child.
basically it was like
A big
2
child.
seated decoys next to
And
each other.
so
I've seen
the-
it on live,
the-
bro. I've seen it.
The decoy is supposed to lasso the cow or stuffed animal in front of your dog. And so like 4 dogs before me, he wasn't able to lasso it because it's hard.
Yeah, it was literally just the rope next to the dog, and then on your turn, he
Just
lassoed
so
the
happened,
cow.
yeah, he lassoed the cow. So the cow went like not flying, but it went on its side in front of Beretta. So Beretta was technically out of view
Yep.
in the long down. she didn't have a problem with it, but imagine if a dog did or
I don't like
didn't.
that shit.
Yeah, so
I like consistency.
Yeah.
Every dog should have had that thing already pre-lassoed so he could pull it and there'd be no inconsistencies. But again,
that's not even inconsistency in the judging. That's just like the
no, for sure.
decoying
But I mean,
scenario.
that's part of the routine,
For sure.
right?
For sure.
I feel like we should make it.
It was a slightly different picture for her.
For sure. And I
Yeah.
think if we're all getting scored on the same shit, we should all see the same pictures to an extent, right?
For sure.
But again, it's the gift and the curse of PSA.
Yeah,
there's leeway, and it's sometimes good, and it's sometimes bad.
Sometimes
right?
in your favor, sometimes
yeah,
not so much.
exactly. So,
well, there's like the surprise scenario of things too.
for
Like
sure.
There's that surprise element. You don't really know what scenario you're gonna get until you walk out onto the field, and
Yeah.
you don't even know what when's your turn until they, So there's a lot of different, I guess, factors that go into it.
yeah.
So should we break that down a little more? Like there's certain scenarios, like the obedience routine, what it's going to look like. And then 3 scenarios?
For the ones.
A variation of, no, I think it's 4.
4?
3 or 4 scenarios that are surprise scenarios. So you could get one of the 4, but everybody gets the same one. Right. So there's definitely benefit to not trialing first in the order, because this way you get to see what's coming. Right. And that kind of just gives you a little bit more time to kind of get your game plan going. You get to kind of see where dogs are messing up, where the judge is setting, because each judge kind of sets things up a little bit differently. But yeah, so that's the benefit of not going first, is that you kind of get to see that. You get to warm your dog up. Right. Because before you go out on the trial field, there's a warm up area where you take your dog, you warm them up, you get them ready to go. You have to then, at some point, there's like a cone, and it's like, okay, from this cone on, you can't have any e-collars, you can't have a prong collar, you can't have any of that on your dog. So you have to
No more rewards either.
No rewards either. So you have to shed the equipment, shed your rewards, and so it's very helpful if you have a good routine for that. And that's something that kind of bummed me out, that I wasn't able to be there for Celine to like help her with that fucking shedding process. But shout out Thoma. Thoma came in through.
Shane be literally calling us halfway. I'm like trying to pick up your ball, do it slick, and I'm like, pick it up, call Shane. I'm like, call Meg.
Yeah. I take it seriously, y'all. I take this shit seriously.
For
Okay.
sure.
We had to like dial down his speaker on my phone.
He was like yelling at him.
Her arm's not moving smoothly.
Smile,
I'm like,
smile, Celine.
Turn down the phone.
Oh my god, yeah.
No,
I
but
can't help it, man. I'm an emotional
because
guy
you
when it's stuff
care.
like, yeah, I care. I love this shit, man. It's like our team out there, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like,
100%. No, it was cool.
you know,
Even if
handle business.
you weren't there in person, like you
was
definitely
there in
Oh,
spirit.
you're gonna hear me one way or another, bro.
For sure,
You're gonna hear
We heard
me.
you from above.
You're gonna hear me.
He was in the back of my head.
Move your hands,
His
please.
voice.
Walk normal.
Literally. I'm like trying to act as normal as possible.
Yeah.
It's so awkward being up there too.
It's tough, dude, because
It's hard.
It's hard to prepare for trialing in front of a bunch of people.
So hard.
Like
How do you
we
know when
train
you're
it-
ready?
Oh yeah.
When everyone around you is telling
yeah.
you to hurry up and trial.
I think that's the best way, is when everybody around you is telling you're ready. That's it.
Yeah,
If
because I don't
everybody's saying
think
you're
you
not,
will ever
yeah.
feel ready. Because I was always like, she doesn't have a whistle recall yet. I don't want to trial until it's perfected. And everyone was like, well, F the whistle recall. Let's
Yeah.
just get her to
You
do
got
everything
this.
else. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got
Clearly.
this. She's clearly ready.
Yeah, but
She's
that's part of the
ready.
way we
It's
train
just-
too. Like we train our dogs hard, right?
do.
Like Brad is already ready for some level 2 shit.
Yeah.
Just because of how hard we train, right? There's pros and cons to that, of course. But I think that helps us get like super prepared.
Yeah.
Like she was been ready.
I mean,
Right.
you should be training for the level
Right.
above.
Above,
To
yeah.
an extent, right?
Like
for
little
sure.
pieces of it, for
You
sure.
should make it a little bit harder than what it's already asked of it. But again, having a good community around you makes that very, very helpful. People you trust. So in case you're like, no, I really don't feel ready, and we're like, dude, you're fucking ready. You're like, okay.
Yeah, like, okay,
All right, like,
you're
all right, I
actually
trust it.
ready.
But yeah, you sometimes you don't always feel 100% ready.
I didn't feel ready.
Yeah.
I'm sure Beretta was ready though. I mean, I'm sure. I know she was
I'm
ready.
sure.
I know she was fucking ready. But mentally, I feel like you're never really mentally ready to step out on the trial field. I mean, that's just me, at least. I don't know about Shane or any. I can't speak for
I'm
anyone
ready.
else. He's probably ready. I'm
fucking ready.
freaking out.
When I'm ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, some
I'm
people
not
deal with
okay.
trial nerves a lot better than others, you know?
I didn't even sleep the night
Yeah,
before.
Thoma. Talk
feel-
about
I
it,
feel you
Thoma.
on that
Talk
one.
about it.
I couldn't sleep the night before. I was stressing. Everyone was like, "How do you
No,
look so
you
chill
get.
on-"
I mean, I smoke
Yeah.
a lot of weed, so maybe that
Yeah.
helps me sleep the
No, I
night
was just-
before.
My first trial, I was like, antsy. Like
Yeah,
3 in the
you're
morning.
tweaking up.
Like I was
No
up.
way, 3
Oh, yeah.
he's on
Oh
with the
my
cigarette
gosh.
in the backyard. He's on,
Thoma was like tough.
I mean, I don't smoke, but
I'm
yeah.
just kidding. I'm just
That's funny.
100%. I was
blowing bubbles.
I was definitely getting on Meg's nerves. She's like, chill.
It's like 3 a.m. and he's like flipping the lights on, and I was like, oh my god.
Got to potty the dogs like 5 more times, you know?
No
Like
fucking-
I ain't gonna
Oh, yeah.
fail because my dog peed on the field.
I will
Oh,
say
yeah.
that like towards the third one, we got a little calmer.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Thoma's
little.
ADC.
yeah, yeah.
Well, obedience always goes good. So that's the first thing, right? You got to pass obedience to make it to protection. So at least I can make it through that. On my first trial, I learned that hawks e-collar wise, and I didn't have an out on the second decoy. And at that point, I had never like thought about that, so I didn't actually even know that like you can take your time between like outing. So I just like rapid fired through my 3 outs, and that was a learning experience. So I think if anything, like so far I've trialed 3 times and I've failed 3 times, but at least every time I've like learned something.
Yeah, you didn't fail 3 times. You just didn't pass 3 times. Okay,
That's
we don't
true.
fail.
That's a
Thoma.
very nice way of
We don't
putting it.
fail. Okay.
I also know you say if you're not first, you're last. So if
There's 2 sides to this coin, Thoma. Okay, there's 2 sides.
if
man.
I can't even pass, I'm
I'm
definitely
reading.
last.
I'm reading a vibe. That's what I'm. That's the side you're gonna get. No, bro. It's part of it though.
100%.
It's part of it. But each time you fail with your dog out there, it gets harder.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's the thing. He gets these reps where he learns that he can get away with it.
They put it together. They're like, oh, crowded
Yeah.
people, fences, a judge.
Handler's more stressed.
Well,
you know?
technically,
they
the
put it
second
together.
time that wasn't.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad because,
Yeah, he made it almost.
No,
Wait,
no.
what
You're
was the
forgetting
second
about the
time?
second time. You're
What was
thinking
the
about the
second-
third time.
Yeah, that's fine, bro.
That's how many times. That's how many
It's a lot of
times I
time, bro.
trailed and failed. No, the second time. That was the same weekend, which
I remember.
already
now.
was
Okay.
very
Yeah. I remember.
risky to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just muted me.
No,
I
I
don't
hear
know.
you. I hear you.
Got you.
Here we go.
Yeah, so I trialed on, it was a 3-day trial. I trialed on Friday. He didn't out on the second decoy. I was like, okay, we can adjust the out, kind of like Band-Aid, quick fix.
Yeah.
And I thought we had him like dialed. I was so focused on like how I was going to out. I was going to take my time between the outs and like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I had my game plan. And then in the carjacking, he actually kind of spun around. His leash got kind of shorter. So I extended my arm and then his collar slipped. And next thing you know, he had way too much leash and he like fell out of the car.
Cuts to video.
I mean,
Cuts to video.
Literally.
I posted it on my Instagram.
You
think
did.
I think like there's nothing
Shit
to be
happens, bro.
ashamed about.
Shit
Yeah,
happens.
shit happens, and like might as well show the failures. It's like part of the process as well.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
so that was the second time, and then the third time was 3 weeks later. So still very close, like back to back. I think
Not enough time.
Not
And you
enough
didn't
time.
train a lot that last week either.
no 3 weeks crept up real quick.
Really
Yeah.
fast.
But
Tony,
yeah.
you've been training right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Come on, bro.
So yeah, basically, I made it a little further. So first time
Yeah.
it was only.
Hey, I'll tell you what though. That motherfucker has the nicest out of any of our dogs right now,
Right
bro.
now, currently,
Like, he has the
that is-
fastest out, right?
We've
No
been working on
e-collar, no nothing, bro. He has the fastest fucking out. You know,
So does that mean I'm ready?
I think a mock trial. I
Yeah,
think a
I
mock
wanna do a
trial,
mock trial.
and hell yeah, I think you're right there. Ready as you will be.
For sure. We got to
Right.
find a mock trial somewhere in
Yeah.
the States.
if you don't pass now,
Meg's like,
I fear. the
Wash
fourth
'em.
time.
You could keep them, just
You're just not a trial dog. Yeah.
yeah. It gets hard, you guys. The dogs get really trial wise, and that's why it's not smart. It's typically not smart to trial them too consistently because
Yeah.
they'll put the contacts together very, very quickly.
And I mean, I knew this. I think I was at that moment. I was also on
Yeah.
the fence of like keeping him.
Yeah.
I
And to
had-
be fair, Thoma got this dog at what, 2 years old?
Yeah, he came with some baggage.
Right. He came
And
with
he
some
has
baggage.
very good
You
obedience.
know, like he's came a long way. If you,
Obedience is
let's
very
cut to a
nice.
video of Thoma when he first got to Southern California. You see that shit? Okay, then we'll cut to another one
that
where he
Shane
is
Murray
now.
sauce.
No, it's a lot. A lot of people helped you,
sure, for
but
sure.
you've definitely made a lot of improvement. But it is fucking hard to get these dogs with baggage or bad training and trying to fix it. There's a reason why I get fucking young puppies every single time
Yeah.
because like I can mold it right. When you take shit on like that, man. These dogs, I know everybody thinks Malinois are biddable. They are not biddable.
Yeah, I mean,
they are not They are not easy to fucking change and manipulate what they want to do. That shit is not easy.
for sure.
Right? They're motivated. But just as motivated as they are to do things we want them to do, they're also that motivated to do things we don't want to do that benefits them.
Yeah.
And for Hawk, that's not outing. And he's like, I know Dad's telling me to fucking out. I just don't give a
chose not
fuck.
to
Well, I mean, like,
I just don't give a
like,
fuck. Like, I am on it, you know? But again, that's why I teach my dogs real young how to out. Real young, right? But that it's the downfall, man.
In training with e-collar on, even if I don't use it, he had nice outs. I think.
But
my main,
You weren't even thinking.
But you
You
never
didn't
trained
prove
without an e-collar.
for sure,
And that's again why I like training without an e-collar too.
Okay, let's talk about this because that's a controversial thing. Because some people leading up to trials are like, never take the e-collar off. Like, never have the dog
You get very
know that they're not wearing the
advice.
collar.
So take everything I say with a grain of salt, right, guys? I haven't been trialing for too long. I only have Slim. We made it to level 2. I've done my PDC in Street League with Zeus, but I am not the fucking trial expert or anything. I just know what I've done, right? I feel like for a dog like mine, I like him to not have an e-collar on during some training. One, like, man, the more I'm training, the more I try to get away from using it so much. Right? You guys see me. I do a lot of sessions without his e-collar.
And it gives you a good indicator like where you're at.
I get to see where he's at, and the thing is that when the dogs don't have an e-collar on, they're aware that they will not be punished. Right? And so this is where the dog starts getting sloppy. The dog starts doing stuff that feel good to them. Why would Slim stare and heel at me if he could stare and look at the decoy, which feels good for him, like that dopamine rush is going, and there's no punishment to get him away from that? That's where the dog's like, okay, nothing's going to happen right here. I can do this. And so what we have to do is figure out different ways that I could punish my dog without the e-collar, right? Because just because he doesn't have an e-collar doesn't mean he's not getting punished. He's going to get punished, right? But I think without the e-collar, it forces me to kind of utilize negative punishment more than anything, where it's like, okay, you're not doing it right. Lay down, time out. Thoma, come over here. Let's go chat over here. Leave Slim there.
Yep.
And Slim's like, what the, like, that is literally, you guys have seen this, man. The most punishing thing in the world for Slim isn't an e-collar. I've had the chameleon. We could fucking tie the chameleon up to another e-collar. It's not, no amount of pain is going to punish him. How does Slim look when I tell him to go to his crate?
He's like,
he looks
the
like
slowest
shit.
I've ever seen
He
this dog
looks
move.
like I just
That was
beat
what you
him.
did with Beretta the other day too, and Beretta was like,
He like, because I am taking away his fun. I'm taking away the one thing he wants to do is stay out and work. And I'm like, nope, you're going inside your crate. And you see it. And I could hit him on high stim and he doesn't show his body language like
it's
that.
the only time he walks.
Dude, I've
He's
never
like,
seen the fucking
head
dog
down.
walk with tail low, like not tail tuck, but tail low. And he's just like, oh my God, I fucking hate the crate. Because it means fun stops, right? So all this to say that I like not using the e-collar and utilizing other forms of punishment. And sometimes it's just doing it again. Hey, recall. Okay, he went up to the decoy and said, no, don't do that, dummy. Get your butt over here and let's get back into it, right? And so that's the value of having a good punishment marker. I don't always have to use the punishment itself, the e-collar stem, the prong collar. I just yell no, and he's just like, oh, fuck, okay, I fucked up. Yeah. And now I don't get any baggage of the e-collar and the pain that comes with, you know, the adrenaline and all that shit that comes with high-level stims and whatnot. So I like training without an e-collar. Some people don't. I think if the foundation's there, do it. But I mean, fuck, at this point, I can't even think about what I really...
I think we used to stim a lot more in the heel, and both our dogs would be a lot more vocal. Like
I definitely fucked that shit up real young with Slim.
But that was like one of the questions that I had when I first started watching all of you guys train for sport is like, how do you fade the e-collar out? Because in my eyes, like, I have seen a lot of dogs that like very much they know when they have the e-collar on and they don't, you know? So I'm like, you can't tell me that we're going to go into trial and that dog is not going to be aware that they don't have the e-collar on.
Yeah.
She's doubted me from a long time.
I mean,
like literally from day one, I was like, Hawk is not stupid. Like,
I was right.
He knows. And so
I told you so.
that was like a question that I had like when we first got into it, and I would like ask Thoma, I'm like, how, like, do you ever fade that out? Because the response from a lot of people is like, no, you don't. You just want the dog to always think that they have the e-collar on, and then you have the like routine before to shed the e-collar. But wasn't somebody who recently trialed talking about how they don't do that? they like don't shed their equipment because they assume that the dogs already know.
I gave up with Slim. With Slim,
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, bark, and then I take it off.
That's
The dog
me
knows.
too,
Well,
yeah.
once they start doing stuff that typically gets them in trouble and they're not getting in trouble, the dog's picking it up very
sure.
quickly.
Well, and
right?
I think they smell it too,
That-
right?
that
Like
could
if
be.
a
They
dog,
could feel it. Like there's so many
know,
cues,
yeah.
dude. There's so many. They hear the button
We
of you
use
pressing.
bungees,
Like
Yeah.
there's so many cues, right?
When-
But at the end of the day, have a strong foundation.
yeah,
Know where your holes are, right? I punish my dog utilizing other punishments than the e-collar, but I also make the dog want to do things they don't want to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to out, but when you out, you get a bite right away. So it might be a good idea to out, right? So like, and again, we teach these concepts real young.
Yeah.
Right. So like with Mojo, I don't have to use much. Mojo's only 10 months. I don't have to use much pressure on Mojo. I go, no, don't do that. He's like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So like I could literally go sessions without e-collar training Mojo at all because the concepts were so clear of like, hey, don't do that. Hey, you have to relax. Hey, you have to wait. That now at this age, it's normal to him.
Yeah.
Where like Hawk is like, no, I don't have to sit. I don't have to wait. I don't have to out. They've showed me that for this whole entire year. I don't have to do none of that shit. And now sometimes you have to use a little bit more pressure to get him to comply.
Better foundation and better relationship.
Bro,
for sure.
and you don't have to use it that. I remember Michael Ellis when he came down, he's like, yeah, I hardly use he's like, once my dog gets around this age, he's like, I hardly use the e-collar. And so ever since I heard that, I've been trying to model my training off of that and like trying to figure out, okay, where can I not use the e-collar? Where can I just verbally tell my dog no? But the issue is that a lot of dogs don't have respect for their owner's nose. So when you're going, no, the dog's like, I don't fucking care. I'm biting anyways. Well, now you have to add some form of pressure because now you need to give meaning to your no. But you have seen it with all my dogs.
For sure.
No, and they're like, oh, fuck, okay.
my bad,
My bad.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, heel, let's try it again, buddy.
Go-
Right?
going back to like forms of punishment, I feel like early on I did a lot of that, like trying to work on neutrality. Hawks cracked out, put him up, put him in the crate.
Yeah.
Put him up, like session after
Yeah.
session. I think just small disclaimer on it, but is like that created a lot of frustration.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's just value in just like downing your dog. Like I feel like that's worked
Yeah.
kind of more.
Time out, bro. Put him in a timeout.
But he's still there, and then like the session goes on, and that's
Yeah.
all you need sometimes.
Food. I used food a shitload when Slim was like real twitchy and leaky. I don't know if you guys remember when Slim was like a little bad. I used a lot of food.
Yep.
Right. So like, I think outside of the box, man. And now I'm loving kind of where my training's at right now with Slim.
Yeah,
Where
no, you
like,
guys are looking good.
you know, and I'm like I like that, and I see it without the e-collar. And yeah, the dog's gonna get a little sloppy, but like I know for the most part, Slim isn't gonna bite when he's not supposed to. Maybe he'll drop his head and look at his decoy every now and again, but I
Even if
know
he
he's not
looks,
doing
yeah.
big things that's gonna get us disqualified, right? And that's just from consistent training. But yeah, I understand the concept of never have the e-collar off. I just don't like it. And I remember I told you guys this before we trialed. I was like, I'm gonna be the test dummy. I'm gonna see. Like, I'm not gonna use my e-collar. I'm gonna do sessions without the e-collar, and we're gonna see how fucking Slim looks at trial. And he killed it.
Well, sometimes it also makes dogs look more twitchy, like Beretta.
Beretta for sure looks a little bit more
so
twitchy. Uh-huh.
with the e-collar on.
Yeah.
She knows it's on, so we've
Yeah.
been doing a lot of
And
sessions
again, guys,
without
like
it.
part of that is the dog, and part of it's bad training, right? But like we're a very young PSA club, right? Yeah. But like we're learning a lot of this stuff as we go.
For sure.
And so I feel like once I started seeing it with Slim, what did I start telling you to do? Take off the heat collar. Don't. She doesn't need it.
Yeah. Or even
she doesn't need it.
use
But
it
a lot
less.
of people are
She
just
doesn't
so
need it.
dependent on it. I mean, you think you're dependent on it.
Yeah.
You think you
Or you
need
think
it.
you're not, and then you take it
Yeah.
off, and you're like, oh,
No, it's
fuck.
always funny
Guilty.
because it's not on, and you're like, do you have the e-collar on? I'm like, no.
No.
You're
Yeah.
like, well, this is the time.
Yeah.
I did that
Yeah.
the other day for the first
I was
time.
like,
I had my
"Oops."
remote. I'm
Yeah.
like going on the field, and I'm like, oh shit, he's naked.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Meg, like I think we should start fading it as soon as we can. But
Do you use it like early on to teach behaviors?
For sure.
Okay.
to reinforce behaviors.
Just
Right?
reinforce.
I typically teach the behavior, right? Like I teach the out. I start the out where I say done, and I give him a piece of treat. Done, give him a piece of treat. Done, give him a piece of treat. And then I say done, and he's like, "Where's my treat? Good job, buddy." And then I start rewarding him with the toy. Done. Pretend to give him a piece of treat, and he pops off. Yes, and then I pay him back with the toy. Then I start adding in leash pressure for that. So now I start correcting him with the leash. Done. He doesn't let go. Pop, 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 pop. Let's go. Once he starts understanding that, now I start adding in low stim with those pops. Done. Pop, 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 stim, stim, stim. He's like, spits it out. Yeah, good boy. Once he understands that concept, like I stim him, he spits it out. Okay, now you fucking know. You're showing me that you know. Now I start cranking it up a little bit to more of a punishing level.
Yeah.
Right. And then I say done. He doesn't let go. Boom. I'll tap it once or twice and he spits it out. And then I'm like, good boy. Wait a second. Then we go back into it. But when you do it real young and you condition it very well, I hardly have to do it anymore that much. Yeah. I mean, I have
so
mojo.
you're not staying in the like escape phase for very long.
I believe the quicker you could get out of escape, the better. The quicker you can move into avoidance, the better. I don't want to have to keep using it. Yeah. But everybody loves the low level stim, and so does your fucking dog.
Just nagging.
And you're going to keep staying with that low level stim because the dog's always going to depend on it, right? So again, the quicker I move to avoidance, the quicker I stop using the fucking e-collar. And if your timing is good, the quicker I could condition my punishment marker. No high punishment. No high punishment. No, I don't need that fucking thing. My dog doesn't out. Hey, no. And he's like, oh, fuck. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
But I always have that. I always have my voice. I always have my body. I always have my social pressure. I don't always have an e-collar. So if the dog has respect for that, and yes, you guys, there's things that I cannot make my dog want to do. Like Slim's not going to want to let go all the time. So he needs to know he has to. And if he doesn't, he needs to know those consequences. And being able to provide those consequences in different ways is super beneficial. And this is pet dog stuff too, right? Like...
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I got at that of like getting out of the escape phase as soon as possible is because that's what I see a lot of like dog trainers do, or even like dog owners do. Yeah. Is like the low stim and like pressing and holding. And I'm like, no, you got to get out of that. Like your dog knows what they need to do. And they're just
like, if you're pressing low stim,
a real consequence, you know, there's not a real consequence.
I'll wait till you remind me.
Yeah.
I'll wait till you nag me and no. Right.
So another thing that I've also seen in like sport obedience is I guess it's kind of the equivalent of like the popping of the prong collar for like IGP healing, but like stim. And I almost feel like the dogs become reliant on like the stim to like head up all the time. And then that person is like stuck with this like adult dog that like every single time they're healing, they are having to like stim the dog into like the heel position.
And it becomes part of the command.
Like relying on low level stim. Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, how are you ever going to trial that dog?
It's going to be very, very difficult. But people, the low level stim's nicer. Right. So people like to kind of stick with that. Because
it's a cool concept.
It's a cool concept.
But fade away.
I think so. And you pet dogs there's pet dog people like doing like Napopo stuff with like pet dogs, and like they're tweaking these dogs out on low level stim.
I know.
Right? Like they feel the low level stim and the dog gets you. A lot of pet people don't want that, you guys. Some pet people just want their dog to go to a place and lay down and settle. Not place, yes, yeah, place, yeah. Like you're gonna geek the dog up with that. But yeah, so I try to get away from low level stim as quickly as possible and move into avoidance. So remember, the dog decides the stim, right? Low level stim for Zeus is 7 on a mini educator. For Slim, it's like 35.
Yeah.
Right. So like the dog decides the stim, but yeah, people get stuck in it. And I get it. It's nicer, right? Like it sounds much better.
But I think that's the beauty of trialing as well, because like if you never had to trial, never had to like think about these things, your dog can always look great with e-collar on with low level stim.
That's where the kind of debate comes into play, where they're like, there's some people in the school of thought of like, are you really a good trainer if you've never competed before? Yeah. Right. And they even put that towards pet dog people. They're like, well, how do you know? Like, have you ever competed before? Which that on the fence of, I think there's benefit to competing, but I mean, Meg's a really good pet dog trainer. She's never competed before.
Yeah. But I also think like training with you guys has made me a much better pet dog trainer. Yeah. So I feel like there's like, I could only imagine if I'm like an old dog trainer and I'm seeing like younger dog trainers, like act like they know everything, and then it's like I've been trialing for years, you know.
What would you say is a big takeaway for you on like like our pet dog stuff relating to sport dog stuff, or what you've learned?
The timing is really precise, and so you have to be able to like read the dog very quickly. You know, and you have to know what to do like exactly in that moment, and you're almost kind of like always thinking
fast thinking,
always thinking 10 steps ahead. And I think that is valuable, because I think when I was training pets, I didn't like the timing is, you know, I'm not marking like a super specific moment in time. No. Whereas with a pet, it's like, okay, this dog is kind of loading up a little bit, and then I'll move them out of the way. And it's more about reading like body language amongst dogs, but it's made me a lot more aware of like what I am marking and rewarding.
Yeah. I've literally trained pet dogs with like little to no markers.
Yeah.
Like it's not a huge thing, but I like how every time I tell you about that, you're like, but Shane, as a trainer, you should be able to use your markers fucking great. I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah, you're right. Like
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. But yeah, like the marking is super important. What about you, Celine? Because I know you started, I mean, Draco was like your pet dog first before
Yeah.
you started doing work. So like, where did you kind of be like, okay, like this is a little different. Like pet dog stuff, we're not encouraging behavior like this. And now I'm trying to make him into a working dog or whatever.
I didn't think there was even, well, going into training dogs in general, since
Yeah, talk about how you got started.
So with Draco, I got Draco as a puppy. I think I was only 21 or something like that. And I was like, I just want a really well-trained Doberman.
That's
I
young.
didn't want him. Yeah.
As young,
I didn't want him to
man,
be.
I was still getting.
Yeah, or maybe I was
I was still
22.
doing bad stuff at 21, man.
Maybe I was 22. I forgot. But yeah, I got Draco. And I pretty much was like,
You've been training longer than us.
Well, I mean, I didn't really train Draco.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I
you.
mean?
Okay.
Like it was
First
very,
dog ownership.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
first
that's fair.
working dog.
That's
I've always
fair.
had dogs, but I've never had a big, powerful dog.
uh-huh.
So I was a little like, okay, don't really want to mess this up.
You said Chicken picked him out. He wanted a Doberman, or
No, I wanted it.
you wanted the Doberman? I thought
He
you said
wanted a
something.
Chihuahua.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's
small
what
dog.
it was. That's what it was.
My well, he was my boyfriend, but yeah, my husband wanted
Yeah.
a Chihuahua at the time, but I wanted a Doberman. It was actually
They
between
get a min pin. Compromise.
It was between an American Akita, actually.
Oh
my
So,
God.
I know.
Thank God.
Imagine if I went down that
Sheesh.
route instead.
Thank goodness.
would be
So it was
crazy.
between an American Akita or a Doberman.
You would.
She would have had one
Crazy.
dog.
Yeah,
It would have
exactly.
ended
It would've
there.
been- It would have just
I want
stopped
a
at American.
Shavakian Shepherd.
Some random. It would have just ended at American
Shit
Akita,
from-
honestly, if
Yeah.
I went that route.
Yeah.
But got a Doberman instead. So got Draco. I was like, I don't really know how to train at the time. I had small dogs, but I was always really interested in it. And then I just wanted pet obedience at the time.
Did you even know like training was a thing? Because when I first got Zeus, I had no clue dog training was like an industry.
I didn't know it was to the extent that it is. I knew it was an industry, like the pet stuff,
Yeah.
sit, stay, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Stuff like that. The basic, and I always wanted him to be very chill in public. Like I can take him everywhere. And
Right.
obviously, he's a Doberman, so not really the case. But I wanted a dog that wasn't a liability.
Yeah,
Essentially.
yeah.
So then I went to 2 different pet dog trainers. It was not. I remember I was at work and Chick was at home, and he's like, "This trainer is literally taking photos of Draco and just luring him and saying, sit. And Chick was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is bullshit, you know?
He's already taught him that.
Exactly.
He
He's
knows
like,
that
this is
one.
so dumb. And then so we started doing more research, and then I was on Instagram, and then that's how I found Oscar. It was between Oscar and another training company, and I decided to go with Elevated. And then so Oscar came by, picked up Draco. I told him that I just wanted like pet obedience on him, nothing too crazy.
Oscar used to tell me that he just had like a regular car back then. He
Yeah.
was like, bro, I used to
It
just throw him in the
was
back of my
just-
regular
yeah.
car. Yeah, did he?
Came to my house.
Yeah.
I think he had a van at the time.
Okay,
but it wasn't,
it wasn't
nothing
like
too
a dog
crazy.
van, huh? It was like a fucking like a mom van,
Yeah,
huh? like a
came
slide.
by with his son, picked up Draco.
No way, he took his
yeah,
kid.
he took his kid. Yeah, came by, picked up Draco. Kind of told him what I was like looking for. Nothing too crazy. He never had issues.
Yeah, yeah,
Draco
yeah.
he was a clean slate, honestly. And then took Draco and for a board and train. And I remember I was sitting on my phone and I saw a dog doing that like fancy. I didn't know what it was called at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, that looks so cool. And so I told Oscar, I want my dog to like learn this. And wise words of a 22-year-old Celine. Like that was, after that, it was kind of game
it
over.
now.
Yeah. So then he put a focused heel on Draco, and I was very excited about that. And then I forgot if I told Oscar I wanted bite work on him, or if Oscar just like kind of tried it out
Right.
and said he had the drive to do it. And then so we started bite work, and that was kind of how we started. And then I kind of learned, I don't know, I started going out more to club when he was doing like bite nights and stuff like that. And then learning then. And Oscar pretty much I do give all the credit to Oscar for Draco's training.
For
and
sure.
I've never hid that
For sure.
from the internet, from online.
there
But
is-
that's
there is
what
a
people
maintenance,
should
though.
do with
Yeah, I mean, you would.
yeah.
you know,
That's the
you
kind
did
thing
the
to
right,
do.
No,
Yes.
but you did the right thing of like, you got this drivey big ass dog, and you're
Oh,
like,
I see. Yeah.
I'm gonna find a good trainer.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, we went through so
Yeah.
many bad ones. I think we went through like 3 bad ones.
It happens, guys. It happens.
I wouldn't say they were horrible, but it was like we were.
There's
he's not-
tiers,
wasn't
right?
what
Like
you wanted.
compared to Oscar.
The
like,
level
yeah.
of training was completely at a different level. And
Yeah.
I remember he brought Draco back, and Draco was a completely different dog. And I was like, whoa, I
That's
didn't
sick.
even know that this was possible.
Uh-huh.
And so we started working with Oscar more, and he just got better and better each time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I started. And I got really interested in it. And then we started doing bite work. And then Oscar got a BH on Draco. And yeah, so it was a really cool.
A BH is IGP. It's the entry. It's the PDC of
of
IGP.
IGP. Yeah, so he got the BH. We were going to do IGP with
But
Draco.
and to Celine's defense too, there is a lot of maintenance that goes into that, right? So like, yes, Oscar, but it's just like a board and train. You train the dog. If the owner doesn't keep up with what was taught and maintain it, it's gonna fade and it's gonna go to shit, right? So yes, Oscar definitely trained him and did all of that, but you still had to upkeep it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You
I
still
think
had to
that's another misconception.
And that was what? How many years ago?
So
Right. So like you still had to upkeep
that's
it
6
and do
years
stuff.
ago. So and he's still great. But yeah, Oscar only took him for that period of time, off and on, and I would just go out to training with him and do one-on-ones.
And that's what Meg and I was talking about last time. Like, you're a good trainer.
Yeah,
like,
thank you.
like, you're a damn good trainer because
Thank
like
you.
with Beretta, Oscar did a lot of Beretta's foundation too, but like you did majority of Beretta's obedience.
Yeah, he wasn't nearly as involved with Beretta as he was with Draco.
And a part of that, guys, is because, and I can relate to this with Oscar, is he doesn't have to.
Yeah, no.
If
it
I see
wasn't-
Celine's doing really great on her focus heel, cool. We don't fucking have to work on that.
Yeah, no.
Let's work on the shit that you can't do by yourself, right? So like that's sometimes a good thing.
Yeah, I feel
right?
like the tools that I learned from that he taught me from
Exactly,
Draco,
yeah.
I just applied to Beretta, and it was pretty much the same
Yeah.
train. I wouldn't say the same level of training because he has a lot more experience than I
Yeah.
do, but it's the same concepts.
Celine is very humble also.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're a better dog trainer than most of the dog trainers. that I
Literally,
know.
like fucking literally, dude.
It's true. Though.
That's wild.
Yeah, you guys are lucky Celine doesn't want to be a dog trainer,
Yeah.
right? You guys are
Yeah.
fucking lucky.
It would be over for you. I'm kidding.
It'd be a wrap. No, but it takes skill and talent. And Beretta's she's a twitchy, intense
fast
dog.
twitch.
She's a lot.
Like she's the
man.
type of dog. Like I guarantee you hand her to some pet dog trainers, they'd be scared of her.
Yeah.
Oh,
They'd be like,
1,000%.
She's
does
a-
she have a muzzle?
yeah.
Trazodone.
She is a lot of dog, and I feel since I started with a Doberman, kind of an off breed.
Yeah,
in the
much
sport,
different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Slower.
Much slower pace.
Mm-hmm.
So different. And as much I know that's a big argument too with like the working Doberman
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
I don't want to go into that, but
It's another podcast.
that is a whole nother podcast.
The Doberman
That is a whole nother podcast. But they're different breeds at the end of the day, and they are still considered off breeds,
Yeah.
whether you want to admit that or not.
Yeah.
There's not many Dobermans in the sport of PSA.
Not at all.
I can only handful in one hand that I know that are
Yeah.
excelling in the sport. And so with Draco, I mean, I got him as a pet.
Yeah,
I didn't get him for bite work.
just so happened to work, huh?
He just so happened to be kind of like Zeus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Zeus was very, very similar story.
Similar story.
Got
yeah.
Zeus, but I didn't know about dog training. I didn't fucking have no money for dog training.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky
shouldn't
enough
have
to
gotten a
where-
dog, right? I probably shouldn't have gotten a dog, but this dude was rehoming this blue nose pit bull, full bred. And I was like, oh, fuck, $200? Yeah, bro, it's a steal. I trained him. I started doing luring and stuff with him. I used to see all Micah Ellis's videos on YouTube and shit. We were not, and this was only 6 years ago. Just 6 years ago, there was no dog trainers with Patreons or subscriptions or
I
communities.
feel like COVID changed a lot of that.
Yeah,
too.
there was none of that shit. So like I'm over here, all we had was Learberg videos with Michael Ellis. Robert Cabral had some videos. I seen Zach George's videos, right? Like I was on YouTube University and I just started training him. He went through a whole reactive stage. He was a dog park dog. He was a pit bull. Pit bull, don't fucking crucify me. He's a bully mutt, you guys. Relax.
That's gonna get clipped.
I know, gonna get clipped.
Zeus is a pit bull. And
Mislabeling.
mislabeling the breed.
kills. Motherfucker, I say more pit bulls and fucking. But anyway, so started doing my own training with him. He was a very forgiving dog. I did a lot of trial and error with that poor dog. trying to figure out that. I went from force free to compulsion to fucking, I did his
it.
e-collar conditioning horrible. Like I just fucking, that dog is a very forgiving dog. But yeah, so then eventually I met Real Deal Dave. I saw him on Instagram and I was like, oh, fucking Zeus loves to tug. I think Zeus will do bite work. Took him down, natural, bro. He's biting the Shetson sleeve like the first time he's tied back, bro. Like natural. I was like, oh, this is the fucking coolest thing in the world. And like, I would work construction all fucking day. I'd 12, 13 hour day. Then I'd drive to Paris where Dave had his spot at. And then I'd be there till fucking 12 midnight and shit. Just like shooting the shit. And shout out Real Deal Dave. He showed me a lot of love when I was there. I was definitely that annoying kid asking 100 fucking questions about shit. And he was always happy to teach me and tell me things. Right. So, and that's kind of rare sometimes.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Shout out to Real Deal Dave. He definitely introduced me into the whole fucking, the bite work world. And then, as I kind of got involved with that, I started seeing sport dog videos. Mm-hmm. And then I'd seen Oscar's videos and I'd hear about Oscar and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, I want to train with that guy. Motherfucking Oscar left me on red, left me on red in the DMs. And like, I just kept hitting him up and I was like, bro, come on, just let me train with you. Da, da, da. And he finally, after he saw me at Street League, is when he started having me come, because I did Street League with Zeus like all by myself. All the obedience, everything was like all by myself. And Street League's fucking hard, bro. Like Street League's hard. And so like I did the entry level like all by myself aside from the bite work. Mm-hmm. And then Oscar saw me there and he's like, oh, he's like, I liked your attitude. He's like, I like how you came out. Da, 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 da. And so like he invited me out and then I was like, bro, I'll pick up dog shit, fucking whatever you need, bro. Just let me know. I want to help. I want to be here. I want to train. And he was super receptive of that. And the guy never even charged me, like to this day, still doesn't take my fucking money. And so then once Oscar started, I was training dogs, like pet dogs, for like 2-3 years before I met Oscar. And then I met Oscar, and that's when he kind of started showing me some more of the working dog world. He definitely put me on some good stuff with the pet dogs, the business aspect. Like, shout out Oscar. Oscar's, he's a very low-key OG out here in Southern California. Like, he's put on a lot of trainers. Me, Celine, Chris Sykes, Christian Gomez. The 2 new guys he's got right now are learning a lot and they're doing very well. Like, I always tell this to him, like, leaders create leaders. And Oscar, he kills it with that shit. Like, it's not like he's just like, oh, well, you know, I helped Shane out with his dog and yeah, his dog's nice. No, I'm like literally teaching other people shit now.
I give
right?
him a
Like,
lot
it's
of
like
credit.
big dog trainers that, and there's not, I can't think of one person in my head that's produce dog trainers. Like, you want to
Well,
like
I've learned
produce
more
dog
from
trainers.
Oscar than I have like any other dog
Crazy,
trainer.
right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, in such a
insane.
short amount
So
of
like, shout out Oscar, man. Whenever he'd like to start training again, we'd love to have you back, bro.
This is
We
our
miss you, man.
Please,
Please, bro.
We miss you.
I'm running.
That's the clip that needs to get
Yeah,
clipped.
Yeah.
I'm running out of ideas, bro. I don't know what to do.
Shouting into the podcast.
No, but I remember even when I was posting Draco's training.
Chris Sykes, did I mention Chris Sykes? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
down with Oscar too. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, when I was posting Draco's training and people even online were like, Oscar trained your dog, da da da. And I always have given
Yeah.
him
Like,
credit. He actually,
You jealous?
I remember
Little jelly?
he like replied to one of the comments and was like, made a full video and was like, Celine puts in so much
Yep,
work with her dogs.
Yeah.
I might have put the foundation down and I might have taught her a lot of things. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if you don't like put up with or keep up with it
Maintenance.
and maintain
Like
it.
what? You're training him twice a week?
Yeah,
for the
once and
last,
twice a
like,
week.
4 years. At
Exactly.
Least, you know?
And
It's
so,
5 days where you got to be doing something.
But even then, if you just go to club and you just show up and you just train at club for what we get, I don't know,
Yeah.
a couple minutes each,
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
an hour
we
each.
could tell which ones just do that.
Yeah.
We could
So
tell who's just training their
a
dogs
lot
at
of
club.
it is at home. It's a lot of doing things at home. I train pretty much every day, but I keep my sessions short. I might not train
Yeah.
as much as you,
Yeah.
because you're training 24/7.
I mean, you'd be leaving club, you go home, and you train
I
your
got a
dogs.
dog
Even
right
with
here.
Chris
Yes.
Sykes, even like everyone is training so much, and I train as much as I can, as much as I have time to. But
Yeah,
it
that's
is
always humbling for me when I'm like, okay, I know Celine doesn't train as much as me, but yeah, her dog looks really fucking nice. And I'm like, what is going on?
You don't
You know?
need. Sometimes
sure,
too much
absolutely.
is not good enough. And then
Absolutely.
even Oscar would tell you, get another dog if you want to train so
Oscar
much.
used to tell me that shit. Slim was tweaking out. That's when like Oscar saw
He's like,
Slim for
"Get
the
another
first
dog."
time. And I was like, bro, he's just crazy all the time. He's like, you train him too much. He's like, get another fucking dog if you want to train that much. He's like, you train him too much. And like, well, the first time he likes Slim. He's never been a huge fan of the bull herders, but he likes Slim. He was like, bro, he's like, you're fucking lucky. He's like, your first dog and you got a good one.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but I don't know. His food drive isn't that high. Like I was doing all this fucking talking all this shit on him. And
Yeah.
Slim, I'd be surprised if I should get at least one more like Slim, but I'd be surprised if I see 2 more dogs like Slim in my lifetime. Like he is just a super intense, really, really good fucking dog. Shout out Apex Canine. I got Slim out from the UK. Really, really good dog. But yeah, Oscar saved my ass with that. I was ready to crash out with that dog. I was
I'm
like,
sure.
Zeus wasn't like there's shit Zeus couldn't do, and I used to get frustrated with Zeus
Completely
about it,
different.
and I'm like, bro, like Zeus, why can't you do this? Like, come on. And Zeus is like, why don't you live on 3 acres, you dick? So I can chase squirrels. You got me in this fucking apartment, right?
Literally.
But so like, there's always things we could do better. But yeah, so eventually I was like, okay, I need a new dog. Like Zeus, I love Zeus, but I'm starting to get too upset with him because he has these shortcomings, which is just genetic. Right, like I can't
Well, you
do
didn't
anything.
get him for.
I did. Oh, dude. I mean, you've
Any of
worked
that.
Zeus. He's a good fucking dog for someone's backyard,
For sure.
bro. I'd feed that dog. Like he's a good fucking dog, man. I trust that dog. Zeus has had my back before in
He
real
earns
life
his keep.
scenarios. Yeah, like so, like I really trust that dog. I got super lucky. But yeah, that's just kind of how it goes, you know.
Do you think the sport training has helped you work through the reactivity that you were struggling with him?
Yeah, for sure. Like letting him have an outlet, right? Like he liked reacting to dogs. I'm listen, you guys fucking zoom in and listen really closely. Your dog, there's a good chance they love being reactive. They love lunging. They love barking. They love doing this stuff, right? So part of a dog like him is finding a proper outlet for that. You like getting aroused? Okay, let's control it. And let's teach you where to direct it, right? And so bite work totally, and that's why he took it so naturally. He's like looking at him. He's like, I could bark.
Am I allowed?
I could lunge.
I can
could
do
bite.
these
He's like,
things.
I'm like, yeah, fucking good boy, Stellan. Yeah. And so like, it's amazing that fulfillment. And again, like I didn't know any reactivity protocols. I didn't know counter conditioning. I didn't know fucking jack shit about anything. And literally the reactivity just started going away when I just started playing with him more and giving him more of an outlet. I stopped focusing on like, okay, let me work on reactivity. I was like, let me just fucking play with you.
Yeah.
And like now he's money. I mean, you've seen little Wolf snap at him and he's like, oh, you crazy little fucker. And he backs away. Like now he's money, right? He's still an intact male bulldog at the end of the day. So there's definitely things that he won't vibe with, you know, other intact males giving him some funky body language, but super stable dog.
Yeah.
Super stable
You'd
dog.
rather like give them space.
Yeah, if they allow it.
Yeah.
But some dogs are dicks, bro. And like Zeus will give him that and then they follow him and he's like, hey, bro, I'm walking
sure.
away for your benefit, man. You know, so that's where.
Walter's no different.
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly. But yeah, it definitely helped out. And that's why like every time I work, like, especially with like really reactive dogs, like very reactive dogs, I see potential.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, there's drive. Your dog has just chosen the wrong job, right? We need to show them something else. And so like we always introduce play, bite work, something where I'm like, this dog needs to get crazy.
I also think it's very fulfilling as the dog owner as well.
Yeah, it's more fun, right?
Well, because you're
Yeah.
struggling with your dog all the time, and then
Uh-huh.
it's like you finally have an outlet where it's like the dog's doing well.
Uh-huh.
So that's cool.
Yeah, no, I think that's a big thing. And I
Yeah.
always tell owners, I'm like, hey, try this week. Focus on what your dog is good at.
Yeah.
Stop doing shit. I'm like, would you like to do shit you're not good at all the time? I'm like, fuck no. You would stop wanting to go out places. You're like, dude, I suck.
Because that's what a lot of dog training is, right? Is like focusing on the problem and trying to fix the problem. And I talked about this because Larry Crone made a post.
Uh-huh.
Did you see that?
Oh,
TikTok?
shout out Larry too. I used to watch a lot of his old
He
YouTube
has really,
videos too.
he's how I learned like e-collar training.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah,
he's a,
I bought
yeah.
his book way
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't read for shit.
It's
And
a good book.
Uh-huh.
It's easy.
And I bought his book, so shout out Larry Crone
It's
too.
an easy read for sure.
Yeah.
But he made a post basically talking about like there was a younger dog trainer that he was kind of, you know, coaching, like mentoring, and they had a client dog that they were really struggling with.
Yep.
And so the kid like referred this client to Larry, and Larry did a couple lessons with them over the couple days and was able to like fix the dog's problems. And the kid comes to him and is like, how did you do
Yeah.
that? Like, why was I struggling with this dog for so long? And Larry was like, well, I just trained the dog. I didn't focus on the problem or like fixing the problem. I just focused on our foundations.
And the
like,
relationship.
the relationship
For sure.
and just training the dog. And when you focus on training the dog, like a lot of those problems,
They fucking go away,
they
dude.
go away.
I do the same with resource guarding.
Yeah.
I hardly ever directly address
Work on
that.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Hardly
yeah.
ever. Like we
Yeah.
just build that relationship. We have some fun, and then, hey, go to your bed, leave the bowl alone. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
There's
like,
trust.
you know, like you build that trust, and that's something that I think a lot of sport dog trainers are really good at, is building that motivation and playing with the dog and bringing that out of the dog. I think a lot of sport trainers who do pet work though, they have a hard time finding the balance of like, okay, but this isn't a sport dog.
Right.
Yes, I want this dog to have some fun. Yes, I want this dog to look good. I want all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, I can't create a working dog for this pet owner.
Right.
Right? Like I need this dog to be a little settled. Right. And so that's the beauty of being good within the sport work, is now I know how to bring more out of a dog, and I know how to put some away with a dog, where I'm like, okay, you're a little too jazzed up. We need to slow you down.
Yeah. And I
Right.
think that's has been a lot of my training is like,
Yeah.
right? Like slowing the dogs down.
Yeah.
Like it's just like pet training.
Yeah.
Like pet training is like slow and boring and methodical. But I think there's value in getting a dog like up in their state, you know, like aroused, and then able to control the dog in that
And
state.
that's literally all play is.
Right.
Like that's literally play, and people
Yeah.
don't even realize it. And I'm like, dude, play. Like again, play's not the end all be all.
It's just a piece,
like
little
I know
piece.
I know a lot of working dogs who play a lot and are still reactive as fuck. Right? So play is not the end all be all, but it's a super valuable piece. Like
Yeah.
a super valuable piece, you know. But yeah, I know working dogs who are aggressive and reactive as fuck, and they play. Hell, they might do bite work. Like they're fulfilled. So it's not always only about fulfillment, but man, it fucking plays a huge role.
A lot of pets have no outlet at all.
And that's the issue. Reactivity becomes the outlet, and the dog's like, well, this is fun.
This is enjoyable.
This is nice.
Or even like I talked about the last time we tried to record this, I talked about Hawk and how like when you came to me, I was like, this is a board and train.
Yep.
Oh,
This-
for sure. He's part like
that's so-
behavior mod.
Yeah, like this is a behavioral mod.
Yeah.
Like I had all this fancy healing and shit, and I couldn't even walk around.
Couldn't
the
even walk
neighborhood.
around the leash.
Damn.
You know, like I literally could. You know,
That's how my dog. No,
In a
not
focus-
anymore. That's how my dogs start. But now all my dogs walk nice.
in a
yeah.
focus seal, sure, I can walk
Yeah.
down the street. But
But
loose
again,
leash,
that's
calm state
the
of mind.
benefit to getting involved with sport, you guys. So if you're a pet dog trainer and you're not involved in sport dogs, or like maybe you don't care to compete, try to get around them. Man, like it's good to learn these motivate. I've seen Meg literally I call her Megan Ellis now. Like I see her play skills, her luring skills, like everything is completely transformed. And I'm like, holy shit, like that is so good. And now Meg, because she came from that pet dog foundation, she has a very good balance.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, this dog needs some more pet dog stuff. Okay, this dog needs some more working dog stuff. Right. And I think this is a big reason why Michael Ellis is successful as he is, because he's done both.
He also does a very good job of simplifying dog
Oh my
training.
God, that guy's, I could
So
listen to him
good.
talk
So
for
good.
a long time. Like
Yeah.
I've watched every fucking YouTube video. I got a Michael Ellis test. No, I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Bro, I would too.
I have
It's
his
like
autographs.
M-E. But no, yeah, like he's like, I remember one time somebody was like, you kind of sound like Michael Ellis. I was like, screenshot. Screenshot frame,
"Thank
put it on the wall. I'm fucking leaving
funny.
to sleep with it. Like, it's something that like, I don't know, like talking and teaching. Yes, you could learn it, but fuck, I feel like some people are just naturally gifted with it.
Yeah.
People are definitely better teachers.
Right, like
Yeah.
I feel like they're naturally gifted with it, and that's tough. There's good dog trainers, and then there's good teachers.
Yes.
Right, a lot of people, and I've seen this when I've done my shadow programs. A lot of people are good with the dog, but when they're trying to explain, I think the biggest issue I've seen with people trying to explain things to clients is they make it too complex.
Yes.
They're using differential reinforcement and positive punishment and operant condition, and I'm like, dude, stop it.
That's
don't
too
matter.
much. That's too much.
The client's like, what the fuck? Like, it's too much. And I think that comes from people being excited. They just learned a bunch of new shit and they're excited, right? But like, how often did Oscar explain any of that shit to you? operant conditioning and all of that?
Not that often.
Exactly. And you were still able to train the dog really, really fucking well, right? Because Oscar may be aware of those concepts and those things, but he knows he doesn't need to tell it like that to Celine.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to confuse her.
For my virtual shadow program, instead of like doing all of that, right? Like I feel like a typical online dog trainer certification is like list the 4
It's a
operants.
vocab test.
Right, exactly. And so for me, I'm like, I'm going to assume that you have that foundation. You're going to record yourself explaining this concept as if you're talking to a client.
Yeah.
Because that's what you have to be able to do as a dog trainer.
Yeah.
Is not just like, you know, spit out all the terminology, but like, how do you talk to somebody who doesn't do this all the time?
Can you show me?
Yeah.
Can you show me
Can
what
you,
marking looks like?
Like give them the cues to
I
be
know,
able to do it.
You know, yes is a terminal release.
But what does that mean?
Can you show me?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, going all crazy about it. But again,
even clients, I feel like there's a lot more like availability on social media for the information. They have all the tools. They got the e-collar. They got the slip lead. They quote unquote know markers. And then you're like, okay, let's
show
see
me.
It. Yeah.
Show me. Yeah. It's not always like that, but
you just got to simplify it. And
yeah.
That's actually
and that's something I've taken from Michael Ellis for sure, is like learning how to simplify things to where, and now I do my shadow programs for trainers. So now there's still an extra layer that I'm simplifying, just not as much.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm still simplifying it to where it's digestible for trainers, but not too complex where it's confusing them either. And I mean, I always say this, you guys, dog training isn't rocket science. There's science involved, but it's not fucking rocket science, man. It's really not. Like, you just need to know where to apply the right things.
You just have to do it. And if you are confused, that means you're not doing it enough.
Yeah.
Because when you go to train your dog, you're going to be like, oh, okay, this is what I need to work on.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're like, I don't know what to do, that just tells me like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Because you would know if you were doing
you got to do something.
Yeah.
You got to do something. But that's where the love of it comes, right? We don't have to tell Celine, hey, make sure you train your dogs at home because you're not a dog trainer, so you need to train. No, she just enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it's cool how you kind of live with your dogs too, though. Like, you have a lot of fucking dogs out.
Yeah.
Like, you have a lot of fucking dogs.
Everyone gets along very well. I think people are always like, how do you have all your dogs get along without any of them getting into it with each other? And I think a very important thing is I just have really good structure in my household. Like, the dogs know where
it doesn't get to that point.
It doesn't. Yeah. I don't even allow them to. Like, if I open the dog park door, they know that they have to wait for their name to be called before, because I'm not trying to get all my dogs rushed.
Yeah.
I have like 6 big dogs, or like 3-4 big dogs.
That's very impressive. Not very many people can do that.
Little old Celine. Little old Celine.
I'm trying to live a
We just
peaceful
practice
life.
impulse control around our thresholds and their cues every single day.
She's a dog trader.
I think it's even people were like, how do you keep your couches so clean? And it's like, I don't allow my dogs on the couch unless I allow them to jump up.
Invite
And it's
them
just
on.
I invite them on, and so
Oh yeah,
I think
they
having
respect
really
Celine
good
too, man.
structure.
I seen it. Celine raises her voice. It looks like cockroaches when the light gets turned on. They're all
no, so it's important for me to be able to live with peacefully.
live with
my
them, right?
dogs.
Yeah.
And because I mean, I'm not trying to, create the dogs 24 and then like
I don't like
rotate
that.
them. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of some sport dog people are really into, like if the dogs aren't created, that has to come out.
Yeah.
It's like
Take them
this
out and
whole
work
thing.
them, build drive.
Exactly. I'm not trying to do that. They're pet dogs too.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I need to live a normal life.
Yeah, they got to make content, man. You got to get them all to sit at that fucking staircase.
That was easier than.
No way,
yeah,
really?
I was literally like,
I seen
had no
that.
treat.
I seen Katana. She was like fucking on one stair, and I was like, okay.
I had no treat, no toy, and I'm like, everyone's sitting.
It's a
right
command
now.
at this point.
Yeah, I
She's
was
all
like,
stairs.
I see, no one's moving. I'm taking photos. Everyone stay.
That is funny.
And so, so I think it's important to. I know my dogs well enough.
No, but it's a structured thing.
Yeah,
it's a
sure.
training thing. Like the structure
100%.
is there. Like the dog doesn't care how many followers you have. The dog doesn't care you're famous. Like like we get rappers, and I'm like, hey, the dog don't give a fuck who you are. If you're not putting in the work, the dog is not gonna give a shit. Like they do not care that you got to make content. They don't care.
Yeah.
And you have to implement that. And I think that's important to do, especially with working dogs, right? You could have a fulfilled, happy working dog living in a 6x6 kennel. It happens, right? People do it. I just don't like that. I want to live with my dog. I want my dog to be a pet and a working dog. Because I like doing this shit. I like you guys been in my house. Like, I have a giant fucking couch, and it's literally me and my 4 dogs all on the giant fucking couch. Like,
Yeah, my dogs are out most of the time.
yeah, like
They're
I
upgraded.
enjoy that. I love that. I work them fucking once or twice a day. What the fuck are we doing for the other 22 hours? Like, I need that to be an enjoyable thing. And so, like, Mojo, I was tethering Mojo at 10 weeks. You're going to kill drive. You're doing too much control. Go cut to a video to Mojo. Tell me how much drive we killing. I'm motherfucker looking nice right now. I like the way he's looking, but
Sure does.
part of it was a lot of the control at a young age, making him sit before bite work, making him take food before bite work, tethering him in the house.
Which is another controversial thing.
Same thing as the killing drive,
We've
right?
had this conversation with so many people recently of like, I'm not going to put any control on the dog for the
Yep.
first year.
Yep.
And
then you have this unhinged
Don't do
monster
that.
that you
Yeah,
gotta reel
no.
in
and then I'm going to
afterwards.
reel him in.
Don't do that. We had control on
Trying to
Beretta
do all
real
that.
young. We had
Yeah.
control on Slim real young. And you see how we struggle with Slim still.
I can't
Mojo
even
real young.
imagine
Muffin, we're doing it.
Muffin, like,
Imagine if you
she's
just
crazy.
let her tweak
That
out
would
every
be
time you-
crazy.
Yeah, good
How
luck
could-
reeling
Yeah.
that in afterwards.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I don't, it's not the way I like to train. And I'm glad we're all on the same page with that.
Yeah.
Right. If the dog's got the genetics, I don't need to work on letting the dog be hot and crazy and building that. The dogs are very smart creatures. They could learn when we're inside, you chill the fuck out. When we go outside and I put your harness on, now you could get crazy.
Yeah.
But if I have you sit first, you're going to sit. And I think the biggest issue with that is that people think when they think about, okay, we're putting control on young working dogs, they think we're using a lot of compulsion to get it. And so to be fair, we are using compulsion, but it's not an aversive compulsion. It's okay, I'm going to wait until you sit and we're
Yeah.
not going to do anything. Right? So like, again, negative punishment. Well, you're not going to get your reward until we fucking start, until you sit, until you take this piece of food. So there is compulsive aspects, right? We're making them do it, but we're just fucking literally free shaping it. And we're just like, you're not going to do
teaching
it.
the dog to have a brain.
And like they regulate their emotion. And this is something Michael Ellis has talked about. He was like, I think there's a window for your young dog to learn how to regulate their emotions very well. And if you don't teach that at a certain age, a younger age, it's going to be very hard for them to understand that concept when they're older.
Yeah.
And now you have to use more pressure and all this shit. And they're like, oh, well, my dog's so hard. He fucking bites me because he gets frustrated that I make him like,
Yeah, you
Stop it.
end up with a dog
then-
like
or
mine.
my dog
and-
doesn't out because he's so hard and like.
But then a lot of
Stop it.
people let it get to that point. Like I get a lot of DMs. Not a lot, but some people are always like, "Oh, my dog growls at me on the couch." I'm like, "Don't let him on
That's
the couch."
crazy.
You know, like don't let them get to that point. Maybe,
Yeah.
and it
I had
won't
somebody,
happen.
I had somebody message me the other day, and they were like, "I'm sleeping in bed with both my dogs, and they get into like they
Fights.
resource guard the bed," and I was like, "That's
Yeah.
crazy," and
Don't
it was
let
like
them
mastiffs or
Yeah.
something.
Couch
No.
privilege revoked.
Yeah.
like, oh
yeah,
my
so it's just
gosh.
like little things like that, and I kind of nip it when they're really young. So
For
it
sure.
will never get to that point.
Again, like I'm
And I
on
know
my
they're
puppies,
triggers,
man.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
on my puppies. You think I could have them doing all the shit that they do together without them having some sort of, we could call it respect so us humans can understand, but respect for me. And they're just like, okay, like
Yeah, like when we saw you guys in
We
the
got-
backyard with the pool, and
they
like,
know, dude.
Even Thoma and I were like, "Oh my god!" We're like
Thomas all biting his
stressing out.
nails. He's like, they're gonna fight.
I don't even let my dogs
Yeah.
do that because I know they can get crazy around the pool. So I'm not gonna even want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Um.
And it's
I
high
just know
drive
how that
dogs.
is.
Like
Yeah,
high
I
drive
just know how
dogs,
they
they
are.
redirect, like they tweak out, right? They're not like normal pets.
Yeah,
And so
I mean, yeah.
it takes a lot more to keep them in check.
You have a lot of control.
Right.
On the
and
whole
and it
package.
happens real young. I don't wait until Mojo's a year to start injured. I don't want to fight that dog at a year.
No.
You know, kick my ass. Motherfucker bites hard. I don't want that. I want to show him, hey dude, I'm gonna apply consequences sometimes when you're doing things you're not supposed to real young. At 3 months, Mojo wasn't putting teeth on me anymore at 3 months.
Yeah, I would never get a adult dog again.
No,
Especially
no,
not for
you,
sport.
I think it's so valuable to be like, hey, stop putting your teeth on me. And now I don't have to be that hard on him. Maybe I scruff him, flick him in the nose. I'm like, hey, stop that, dude. And he's like, oh, shit. But ask me how many times I've had to do that since then, right? Hardly ever. It's already there and understood. And now I could have all three of my bulldog, my fucking bull herder, my other bull herder, my little foster dog. Fucking, I have them all running out, going crazy. Like, you guys see my stories. I'm at Butterfield all the time. All of them, like, they go. But as soon as I tell them to stop and cut the shit, oh, they know. And again, you will never get that response without positive punishment. They cut the shit because they know, like, consequences coming, dude. And like dealing with intact males as they get older, I see Slim and Zeus kind of eyeballing each other a little bit, and I nip that shit in the bud right away.
Yeah.
If you guys are gonna fight, you're gonna fight me first. Who wants to fight Dad? And like, nobody. I don't want to fight. Good boys. I don't want to fight you guys either. So fucking cut this. But like, there's moments where they're walking by each other and just like, and like I see it. Like if you've had enough intact males around, you will see those little challenging moments when it's not about training. No, it's the reality of an intact, high drive, dominant male. It is going to fucking happen. And if you let them figure it out themselves, good fucking luck. My dogs don't get to fight each other. They don't get to correct each other unless they're young, right? I'll let Zeus correct all the young dogs. I'll let Slim correct the young dogs. But once they're older, no, Dad'll referee everything. Because once you guys fight, fuck, dude. You know, bro. Once they get into it, it is tough. You're always walking on eggshells and you're always like, fuck, this might happen. And then God forbid you have some bulldogs or some dogs who like fighting. Fuck.
Yeah.
Right. So like when I see my dogs get like that, oh no, everybody's getting in trouble. I don't care who fucking started it. I want them. We'll see how many times this gets clipped. I want them to be more intimidated by getting in trouble with me than each other.
Yeah.
Like I want that to override their desire to fight each other.
That's like the rule of a multi-dog household.
And you know this too, because you used to do that crazy fucking 30 dog shit.
Yeah.
Wild.
That fucking.
But she always had control.
Bro, and that's crazy because you know, like, if one dog gets rowdy,
it can go
fucking
bad
sets
super
them all
fast.
off.
But that's why you got to be like doggy lifeguard, and you're like, you know,
All right, no more running.
Yeah.
you're done running. Like
Yeah.
you don't walk by that dog anymore,
Yeah.
or even like you're done. You go back
Yeah,
inside.
just running, huh? Just like a dog sprinting or zooming, getting zoomies.
No, you can't. You can't run. I talked about this in my last podcast about like a lot of times we think of behavioral modification as like, oh, the dog knows place and can stay on place and know all of its commands.
Yeah.
But behavioral mod is like, is your dog going to make good decisions around other dogs? Like, is your dog okay with an off-leash dog coming up to them, or are they going to lose their mind? If your dog is like not used to that, like, I don't think that that's really like a fixed dog, you know?
Right.
So a lot of my training was like having these giant groups of dogs, and it's like, all right, y'all got to coexist together.
Yeah.
Here are the rules. No zoomies, because then everybody goes into play, and then that switches to prey very quickly.
Very quickly, dude.
And then you have a dog who feels like they're gonna get eaten by
you can
everybody.
See it too. The dog's
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no,
No, you cannot do that.
Stay.
Yeah.
No.
But it's about like managing those dogs and not letting them get into those aroused states when you're working with multiple dogs, you know? And so that's kind of been my experience. And that's why like the sports stuff is so cool to me, is because it's so different from what I've
Straight
always
arousal
done.
and control.
Yeah.
While the dog is tweaking the
but
fuck
also
out.
like the same, right? You're like put the dog up, like same thing in the yard. We just put
Yeah.
the troublemaker.
Yeah,
up,
for sure.
We're
Time
like,
out.
escort them, and we like pick them up and like bring them back inside.
Time out. Yeah.
Oh, and then all the other dogs see that. And
They're like, oh,
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Everybody behave.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. But again, we have a lot of these insights, guys, because we actually train dogs. There's a lot of people who can't speak, or they're like, no, like, no. Show me. Yeah. Let me see your group of dogs that you've been working. Like, a lot of people don't train dogs, and so they don't always understand these concepts of, I got to be hard on my dogs in certain moments because I know what it can lead to, and I don't want it to lead there. So we got to stop it now, right? And anybody with a good, healthy multi-dog household could attest to that.
And you got your baby gates?
I have the baby gates all over the
Yeah,
house.
for sure.
Everything's sectioned off. The dogs don't have.
Well, yeah, because you have fucking so many other animals too.
That's true. Yeah, people just think I have like my reptiles out with my dogs unattended. It was like this whole thing. I think I filmed one video or one TikTok, and it was like my bearded dragon on my shoulder, and I was holding Draco, and that was like a big deal. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Celine lets her dog out with her reptile," guys. And I'm like, whoa,
cut her some slack,
like
guys.
Crazy. Yeah. My dogs are very under control.
Feed my bearded dragon to Draco with me.
And they just think that like I remember I was like, well, my dogs are well trained enough to know. Do that. I know it's a very hard
how many
concept
people have well-trained dogs?
It's a very hard concept for some to understand. So I don't expect everyone to understand, but it's crazy. I think people just think everyone's just out and about and doing their own thing. But no, everything's sectioned off.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's a gate in front of my kitchen hallway. There's a gate in front of the other living room that I have. There's a gate in my office, and there's a gate for upstairs. So everything's gated off unless I allow them in. And the dogs know that they're not allowed to run upstairs because the cats are
Oh,
up there.
yeah?
I don't want them bothering the cats.
And I mean,
Not like they're going to do anything, but I just don't want them annoying them because they can get annoying and they can also get to the cat food. So you have to be proactive about things and you have to either block them off or not let, like, I don't let stupid shit happen in my house. Like it's not going to happen.
but like we're filming this in your living room right now and it's super quiet. And
People would never expect me to.
No,
whenever
you
I have
wouldn't even think she
there's
had
a
any
whole
dogs.
Who do you
zoo.
have out right now?
just Wolf and Pablo, they're sleeping.
Isn't Beretta out?
She is
She's
out.
behind the gate,
She's
I
behind
think,
the
yeah.
gate, yeah. Cause
But like even she's good.
Quiet.
Like I could
Yeah, no
never
one's-
just leave Minka in my living room. This
Yeah.
a couch would just be like
up
shredded.
or
Destroyed.
something.
Yeah.
And just Beretta's
Yeah,
behind the little ass baby gate that
I
she
know.
jumps all the time
Jumps
at
all
bike
the
work.
time. No, she actually jumps that
does she
gate.
jump
If I
this
tell
one?
her
Jumped
to
it
jump
today.
over,
Yeah.
if I tell her to jump over, she'll jump
Yeah.
over. But if I tell her like no, like
She
we're
doesn't,
going
huh?
back and you're staying there,
Yeah.
she'll stay. Like
Yeah.
she's not leaving.
Context, people, context. The dogs are smart.
Very smart, and they know.
she's so delicate in her jump too. She jumped over the baby
Like a
seat,
little
and there's
That's,
like
how
fucking-
that's why she's so good at jump set club.
She's like a cat.
there's
huh?
like 2
Yeah.
steps. It's just quiet.
Can't even hear her land.
Literally
No, she
quiet.
doesn't. It's stealthy. She's very stealthy. But I think we have a good managed household.
Yeah.
It's only if
Yeah.
someone's at the door.
How
Obviously,
was-
the dogs are going to go off. But
Did Beretta meet your expectations, right? Because everybody, like, once you get your first Malinois, you're like, okay, like, so, like, I had stupid high expectations, right? So, like, how are you with that?
well, I remember bringing Beretta to club with Oscar, and he's like, "Why the fuck did you?" He's like, "Really? Why?" did you
Oscar's
get
a
this
tough
dog?"
critic, man.
Yeah, he was like,
Oscar's a tough critic.
He's,
He's
like, "You
honest,
should've
though. He will not lie
waited."
to you.
He
He
was
will not.
like-
You should have waited for Guapo,
he's-
son.
No, yeah, you should have waited. I was
would've found
looking
you
for
one.
Yeah, I was looking for one for you. Like, why did you get? And so, I was honestly, I liked the way she looked, and multiple people recommended her breeder actually.
That's valid, you guys. I don't give a fuck what
Yeah.
anybody says. If you like the way a dog looks and you're going through a good breeder and you're crossing
Or I
your T's,
thought-
dotting your I's, that's fucking okay.
And I reached out to his clients too, or people that had dogs
Yeah.
from him, and everyone.
I'm sorry,
that I
but if I'm
reached out
buying a
to-
dog, I don't want a dog that I don't like looking at.
The ugly dogs
Definitely.
work the best.
If it works, it works, bro. If it works, it works.
I think it's also really important to reach out to people that have dogs from that
and
breeder. if
see
you're
how
able
they turned
to.
out, because the breeder will tell you, you
They're
know.
gonna just fluff. I mean, they're gonna
Yeah.
hype
Sure.
their dogs
A good
up.
breeder, you guys, will tell you something wrong though. A good breeder will be like, okay, this is what we're trying to breed out.
I don't
like,
think any breeder would say that.
I know. I would if I start
Shane
breeding bull
said there
herders.
ain't no good
Come on,
breeders.
you,
Any
yeah, you don't think
breeder
I,
that
bro?
would
I
admit
talk
that.
shit on my dogs. I will tell you the fucking truth.
A lot of people are kennel blind too. They just think
Yeah.
their kennel's the best.
But
and that's
Oscar's a
okay.
tough critic with the dogs.
for sure. And so I did
What
reach out.
what didn't he like about Beretta?
She was super growly and chewy. I remember her.
She was
Muffin?
Exactly like Muffin.
Exactly like Muffin.
She was
Yeah.
growly and chewy on the bite.
Uh huh.
And that's, I mean, I didn't know much. I did.
Yeah, but she bites.
I was like, she's
She
fine.
good.
She's
She bites.
fine. I didn't know that there was that bite mechanic aspect to it,
yeah.
because Draco's completely different, and he's always
yeah.
been very good on the bite.
Why don't you like
I mean, he's
that?
growling,
Why is that
but-
bad?
just
The
wasn't-
growling sometimes
They're like
is
insecure and
it could be a sign of discomfort where the dog's like biting and the dog's like not super comfortable there versus the dog was just like clamped, quiet.
Gotcha.
Right.
Nice
So
calm
like
bites.
that little bit of franticness tends to think there are some dogs who are a little bit vocal on the bite, but like if she's countering full grip and vocal, not a huge deal. But
Is
if
she
she's
still vocal?
she could be vocal
I
here
think
and
she's
there.
just excited.
She could be like, you hear her, yeah, attack, rawr, and then she bite. So she
Yeah.
could be a little vocal, but she's gotten much better.
Yeah.
Like gotten 10
I'm just
times
glad
better.
she's not vocal in the heel, or like she doesn't really leak.
Rub it in my face.
Oh,
Rub it in my
You're
face.
pretty quiet now. What are you
No,
talking
this
about?
one's not-
You fixed that. You
yeah,
fixed
he's
that.
not loud.
Until we
anymore.
get like 2 decoys running around, then or the
Well, we
transport.
take and get
I'll
what
take
we
what
can,
I could
you know.
get.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not mad.
You can't have the full. But going back to your question, I didn't really have any. Well, I kind of did have expectations, and yeah, she definitely. I thought she was going to be more crazy.
Oh, really?
Yes, I
good.
thought she was going to be a lot. Well, yeah, she's twitchy, so I guess that's a different type of
Yeah.
crazy. I thought she was going to be at a crazy, because everyone was telling me that Mal's are like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
crazy prey monster, and yeah, she is, but she wasn't to the expectation that I thought she would be. And I don't know if that's because I had Draco before and Katana. Well, Katana's really chill, but I think I had really crazy expectations of her just like being totally insane, really hard to train.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, she was chill.
She's a
Good.
prey monster. Like she loves to bite a decoy, but she's also very social. Like
Yes.
we can come in.
I
here.
I
Yeah.
need that.
Mhm.
I know for sure. I agree.
I love that.
Yeah,
You gotta have a social. I mean, you don't have to, but it's a much
would be
easier
nice.
lifestyle to have a social
Thoma's
dog.
like, it would be really nice.
that
No, I
dream of
feel-
having that hard ass protection dog is just
I mean,
faded away
some
from me.
people want that.
No,
it's
bro.
never been my desire. It's really nice. Like we literally can work Beretta, and then
have her chill.
like I'll have her face in my face,
Yeah.
and I don't even trust Hawk like that. You know?
Yeah.
No, I like that.
I got really, I don't know if that was a genetics thing or a training thing or
Both.
maybe a combination.
we
of
we
both
could have made her a
things.
mean fucking dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
we
a
could
You
have made
think?
twitchy
for sure.
dog.
You
Yeah.
can,
For sure.
you can
Like
get
Especially
that.
with how
Simple.
like she's not nervy, but because she has a little bit of nerve, for sure.
worked more in defense.
For sure,
whatever.
bro. We could make her mean. But again, what fun is that?
I know. I want
It's
to be able
not
to
fun.
bring
I
her
want to take her
places.
I want to take her places.
We have
I
our
don't have
Wolf
to worry
Snacks
about people
events.
touching her
Yeah,
and
we
shit.
have our
like,
Wolf Snacks events, and there's so many people that come out.
yeah.
And
She also
Bretta's
like
that-
enjoys it too.
No, they lo- I mean,
Like
you
she
saw-
doesn't
yeah, they
just
love it.
tolerate it. She's like,
Like
"Hello."
asking for it. Yeah.
yeah.
Like touch me.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's very, very Slim social too.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And like, but
Yeah.
it's because of that. Like, hey, go say hi. We just did bite work. Go say hi to everybody. And I'm like, dude, like, I think if the dog could bite, like, if the dog's gonna really protect you, they'll really protect you. Obviously, you have to train it a little bit, but like, Slim will do that. I don't need to keep showing him that. Like, hey, these are bad guys. That's a bad
Yeah,
person.
you don't need to show
no,
all that picture.
I
24/7.
don't. He's fine. He's fine. I think he would have my back for sure. And if nobody thinks so, please come and test it for me so I can see. We'll record it. We'll sign a waiver. We'll do the whole nine. But like, I think he will. Right. And because I think that, I don't have to show that too much.
No, people love to show.
I
these
want the
pictures
opposite.
all the time.
I'm like,
Well,
go
it's,
say
like, cool
hi.
on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
No,
but then you can't even take your dog anywhere.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
I don't want my
It's
dog
not
to
fun.
be like that. I think before I used to think it was really
Before,
cool.
yeah, me too. I was the same way, and I was like, yeah, I don't want nobody to be able to touch him.
Yeah, you get in the world a little bit more, and you're
Yeah.
like, actually, it'd be
Good
really
luck,
nice
good
to-
luck boarding that dog when you're gone.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
It
man.
just seems more like an inconvenience,
It
if
is.
anything.
Yeah,
And with
just
my
a liability.
lifestyle,
Yeah.
I don't want to have to deal
I
with
don't want my
that.
dog biting nobody, man.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'll learn to fight. I'll do what I gotta do. I don't want.
I'll learn to
I
fight.
don't want my
also,
dog to fucking bite nobody.
Every time, not that I've been in sketchy situation much, but like I'm never thinking of taking Hawk out in a sketchy situation.
I've done it once with Zeus, bro. I've been
Yeah.
doing this with my dogs for at least 4 or 5 years. The bite work stuff. I've used my dog once.
But see, you take Zeus out over Slim, like same thing, right? I'm like, I would take like Walter out.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I'm taking Zeus the OG. Well, nowadays I'm probably taking Slim,
okay.
but this was when like Slim was like 10 months.
I got you.
Didn't you have like a thing where you took?
Oh my god.
Did you
yeah.
take Slim out
I
first?
did, dude. I was doing bite work with a client, and so Slim was like tweaking out on the bite work from the kennel, and then fucking this guy came talking shit. He was going all crazy. And then he wanted to like come and fight me, and so I took out Slim, and fucking Slim starts barking at the sleeves on the floor. And I was like, no.
Pause.
Because
Let me grab the other dog.
Yeah, I haven't shown him much of
on.
that stuff. And I was like, oh, you motherfucker. So I put him away and I grabbed
One moment,
Zeus.
please.
And then Zeus was at it, bro.
Yeah.
Rah, rah, rah. And the dude ended up going to his car and grabbing a fucking 12-inch buck knife. And then he came back and I was like,
God.
Zeus kennel. Kennel.
Just kidding.
You ain't
It's not
getting
worth
fucking
it.
stabbed.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
No, I don't
It's
want my dog
not.
to. It's a self-defense thing. It's stay away from me.
Yeah, all
I
the
don't want to
training
fight
that
you.
we've
I don't
done-
want my dog
At
to
that
bite you. Please
point-
stay away from me.
Just have like everyone carries too. Like it's
Yeah.
It's
Celine said,
scary.
"Have a gun."
Honestly, at this point, have a Draco, a Beretta. A
There you
Sandstone.
go. Yeah.
No,
you think these are just dog names, guys?
I think it's like a breed thing too. Like Draco's a lot more sketchy around. It's a Doberman thing.
Yeah.
He's
And then
he
people want to pet
definitely-
him the most, huh?
Exactly, because he's so handsome and stuff like that, and everyone loves Draco. But I don't want to. He doesn't enjoy being pet by strangers.
No,
like the way
he's
Beretta
very
does.
aloof.
Isn't that a weird thing? Is that like you'll have people wanting to pet the dogs that like
Scary
are
dogs.
big and scary? You're like,
My
why?
dog's supposed
Like
to
an
make you
ego
cross
thing.
the
Of
street.
all
Like
the
why are you
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
this dog?
Yeah.
And so
But,
it's
but
crazy.
that's cool. So once again, ties into like you being a good dog trainer.
Yeah,
like
he's fine.
advocating for your dog.
Yeah, he's fine with if people pet him. I just know he's uncomfortable, so I'm like,
Yeah, he
let's
doesn't
not.
love
He
it.
doesn't
Yeah.
love it, and I'm not going to force him to do anything he
Yeah.
doesn't like.
No.
So it's more like let's not.
Yeah.
him,
And then they're
you
scared
know.
of Beretta, huh?
Yeah, and
They're
then
like, "Oh my
Beretta
God,
because she's so twitchy and
She's
like,
That's so funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's funny, but I know Draco's definitely a more serious dog than Beretta is.
Yeah, it's temperament.
Yeah.
just temperament, right? Mojo's more serious than Slim. And so with Mojo, we're like, yeah, go be friends. Go say hi. Like, be really friendly. But it's a temperament thing.
It might just be like a genetics thing too.
For sure.
Well, Dobermans.
Yeah.
They're bred for protection and stuff.
Some don't love it, man.
So what are your takeaways from this last trial?
That's a great
What
question.
advice do you have for the people?
We not finished yet. That's the advice. We not finished yet.
We're
It ain't
not
over.
done, unfortunately.
It ain't over.
They're just getting started.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like we've been training for this for so long, and I actually didn't realize how long we've been training for the ones for.
Yeah.
Until
Long
I was
time.
going back on videos.
Half of her life.
Yeah, I was going back on videos. I'm like, damn, we've been doing this for a really,
long
really,
time.
really long time. And so I
But
think
she's
we're
also
just
pretty
ready
young,
for the
right?
next steps.
Like she's
She's 2.
Yeah.
Well, she's turning 3 next month.
Okay.
Yeah, because
She'll
she's
be
pretty
3 in
close to Slim's
October.
age.
Right on.
Yeah, she'll be 3 in October. And I don't know. I think that's a great question. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. I need to think about
That's
this.
what happens when you come prepared, guys.
My brain is mush right now. But I think even training with the right people, like without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to probably even get this far. I wouldn't even have thought, because I went into the trial just expecting not just to pass. Like I wanted to obviously do well and beat some people's scores that I knew. But that
AKA
didn't
Shane.
happen. He said that clearly.
There's always
not
next
gonna
year.
happen. That
It
did
was
not
close.
happen.
I think if she wouldn't have.
Hey,
Got up in the long down.
almost don't win competitions, bro.
Okay.
If she
I'm
didn't
sorry,
get
bro.
up in the long down,
we
it would have
have a
been
little
very
competitive
close.
here, you know. But I think
got some
that's why everyone
friendly-
takes it so seriously.
Some friendly competition. But I think depending on, I feel like we train with some people that, are very,
We got some good dogs around here, man.
very, very high level.
You
And
got some
so
good
I
dogs
think
around here.
my, I guess like the standard's really high.
Yeah.
So going in on it, it wasn't just, oh, I'm just going to pass. I mean, that was my expectations. I just wanted to finish both my legs and get it over with and move on to the next level. But I think after this, it's like, damn, the standards are really, really high. And I want to keep the standards high and I want to keep
For
training
sure.
at that level. And so for me, it's more of I'm not even a trainer. So it was really, I don't know. It was a very surreal moment, I feel like, because I wasn't expecting to come home with all this. To be honest
That's
with you.
awesome. I mean,
Speak
well
for
deserved.
yourself. Speak for yourself.
Shane goes into the trial like, aiming for the
Expecting
Well,
top.
I expected her to do the same shit again.
Yeah.
High standard,
High standards.
right?
Yeah.
High standard. I feel like if we're gonna do it, fucking do it. Do it to the best of your ability. I don't like
Celine's just a humble queen.
Let's go out and let's see what happens. I don't think we haven't been training. I don't
Yeah,
think my
no,
dog's that ready.
I
Let's
went
see what.
out-
No, fucking
No,
get
no.
ready. Get your dog right. Do the best you could do
I went
and go
out
out there.
knowing that I was like, I'm gonna do the best. Like she's been training
Regardless-
with this
yeah,
for so long.
yeah.
Regardless of what
You can do
happens,
this.
I do want to show it's a showing. People
Yeah.
always say like,
Show it. Yeah.
you show your dogs. or
Don't
you
train your
show-
dog on the field.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh,
Show
are
your
you?
dog.
That's a new term that I found, like that I guess realize is, oh, are you showing your dogs in the one?
Yeah,
Are you showing your dog? And so I don't know. I think if you use the word showing, it's more of like you're showing all your hard work that you put on at home and training onto the field.
That's a
And
good way to
so
put it.
that was a very, I guess, eye-opening moment for me. And I was like, damn, yeah, right. I'm going to show what
Yeah.
I've been working so hard on for so long, and we're
Fuck,
going to show
man,
out,
yeah.
you know? So it's things like that. And I think depending on who you train with too.
Yeah, because
Definitely
we
sets
hold
the
each other to a
standard.
higare standard. There's other clubs who don't care so much about the obedience.
Yeah, some
and the
people are like,
little
just go
things.
out there, pass.
Yeah,
do your
she's
thing,
fine,
Whatever. Yeah,
Nope.
she did great on that. I'm like, no, it's like eating me alive, and everyone's like, you did great. I'm like, no, it was horrible.
Could have done
And
better.
so could have done, and that's why for day 2 I was so nervous, because I remember with Slim, I thought you guys did great in the Arizona trial, but then for you were like, no.
No, well,
It
you
was
could feel your
not-
dog. You
Yeah.
could feel your dog, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm losing you, my man. I
Yeah.
could see it. His head's
like,
bobbing
we're
from
not
the heel
trialing
to the
day two.
decoy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And
okay,
that's kind of how I
okay.
felt too. I'm like, do I even trial for day 2? Do I make? But then, I mean, you guys were like, she did
Yeah.
really well. You should do it anyways, and everyone agreed. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just myself doubting myself, as people do, and so that's why I decided to do
Yeah.
day 2. But I really was unsure of how she was going to do on day 2, because we rarely train back to back like that.
Yeah, no, but she's a consistent dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And she likes it.
Oh,
She
they
loves
fucking
it.
love it.
Yeah.
She loves that.
She's like, oh my gosh, another
Day of training.
I get to do it twice.
Twice. Yeah, no,
so that was.
it's a blast. But I think part of it, like, I do joke around like with my competitiveness, and yes, I'm very competitive, but sometimes like my downfall to that is not stopping and smelling the roses of how far you've come, because I'm always like, okay, got PSA 1, now PSA 2. We're not finished. Who fucking cares? That shit's like,
Yeah, like
and
this
so,
is done with.
sometimes that's not a good thing though. Sometimes it's good to be like, hey, you know, be proud of your accomplishments, kind of be in the moment a little bit, and then you could keep going, right? So it's kind of that balance that I try to find with myself of being like, fuck yeah, we're gonna win, we're gonna do it. Like, I'm not here to just compete, I'm here to fucking win. And then also be like, well, look how far I've came so far. You know, and, but that's what helps me, where like if I do fail, I'm like, man, like I know I did everything I could have.
Yeah.
I know it just did not go my way today, but I know like there was never a day where I was like, you know what, I don't want to train today. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do shit today. Like, no, like we're doing something, man. We're doing something every fucking day.
Well, no, I remember it got to the point with Beretta where it's like, what do we train for today?
Yeah,
and
no
it's
shit.
Like,
That's what level 2 stuff.
yeah, we're like, we've been training for the same 5 scenarios for the
Yeah.
past, you know.
Yeah.
So
X
when
amount
are
of
you
weeks.
guys going to trial for your 2s?
I think they'd both be ready
Whoa,
by.
whoa, whoa.
I
And someone's
think,
like, hold the fuck up.
I think there's a
happened to
trial
letting
that
her,
might be next year in
Hopefully
April.
in April.
I think they'd both be ready for that.
There's a lot of trials coming up closer to us, at least this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that I didn't want to wait that long to trial for the one. So that's why I did want to go
Yeah,
to Wyoming.
yeah.
I was on the wait list for Wyoming too, but they told me I was like number 9. And they reached out and they're like, you're number 1 now. And I'm like, oh shit. So like I scrambled. I remember the last,
Yeah, we weren't
2
really prepared.
I wasn't really trial prepping. I was kind of like dicking around,
Yeah.
doing whatever, you know.
We're doing levels 2 stuff.
Yeah, we were doing like other things,
Yeah.
but we weren't like honed in on level 1 stuff. So I remember for the past 3 weeks leading up to trial, I was locked in.
Yeah.
Had to be.
It had to be.
Had to be locked in.
But it's fun.
But then even
It's
that
exciting.
last week, no training. Like I remember we met up to train. And
before the trial.
that was like hilarious because she was there
That was so funny.
and Anna was transporting the dog. So I'm like, all right, let's go, let's train. And I'm like, wait, where's your dog?
Where's the
I was like, she's not even here yet. No, but we did meet up that day before trial. I don't even know if that made me feel better.
I would have made Celine do the routine by herself.
Yeah, literally.
All right,
Literally.
fast pace, Celine. Move that
No,
left arm,
dog.
smile.
God damn it.
Like a fucking runway
I'm
model
like
show.
this. I was like, damn it.
I like,
Smile.
But
smile.
yeah, that was an experience though.
I think that close to trial, there's no point giving too much feedback or advice.
Bro,
to
if
the
you're not
handler.
ready by the week
Yeah.
before, you wasn't
Yeah.
gonna be ready.
Can we talk about the drunk lady?
Oh my God, yeah. At the Airbnb. That was
So
crazy.
we met at somebody's Airbnb, and it's in Wyoming. Like the background is beautiful. There's like
Beautiful.
So
mountains. It's like
AI and shit.
yeah, it's like this huge green field. There's like horses in the back, and we show up like 2 vans deep. You guys had your rental car, like. The person whose
Yeah,
Airbnb
yeah.
it was, they had a whole bunch of dogs. Like the lady comes out who like owned the
Dude.
house, and she was like, she was doing decoy stuff with
She was
Beretta.
Oh, yeah, she was straight up like testing the dog. She's like,
Oh my god.
we got no e-collar on Beretta, and she's like clapping.
Because she don't need it.
She's
y'all.
like doing jumping jacks.
like, in the
in
back,
front-
like,
she's like,
sweating.
she's
What
like,
if I do this?
no
Yeah.
way. Oh my
And, like,
god.
you
You
can just
crazy ass
smell-
lady.
Celine's like, ah.
Like, here's a ball
No, but
play
even
fetch with
she
it.
was like, what about an old drunk lady?
Yeah, and I was like,
she
oh
knew,
my God.
Well, what was really
Yeah.
funny is in the ones, the seated decoy, the obedience, Sean was walking all drunk.
All
and we're
drunk,
like, We
uh-huh.
fucking trained that yesterday.
We actually trained for this.
we prepped for this.
Yeah, that's a
Exactly.
good decoy. And that's something we didn't really mention too. Like the decoy's job is to make you look bad.
Yeah.
Like that is the decoy's job, is to take points from you and make it as hard as possible. So like I like the decoys that are going to make it hard, because those are the decoys who are going to test my training, and that's what the fuck we're there to do.
That was a
right?
really good
We're here to test my
roster.
training. So like when decoys are like tough on the dogs, and that's fair, right? You got to be fair, else we're going to have some big problems. But as long as you're fair, dude, test the fuck out my training. Right.
Yeah.
Don't take it easy on me. I want to earn this shit. If I'm here, I want to earn this shit. I don't want to, oh, well, Shane got an easy decoy. Oh, well, Shane got an easy sit. No. Make that shit as hard as fucking possible so I could like really earn that shit. But yeah, that's the decoy's job there.
The Wyoming trial had like a solid roster of decoys. There were like 3 like national select decoys.
Oh, yeah.
There was some.
so
It was a stacked.
It was
It
sick.
was a stacked list of
Lineup,
decoys. Yeah.
yeah.
But it was cool because so many people traveled from other places.
Yeah, well, it must have been. We only had, what, 3 dogs pass?
It was
Yeah.
difficult. I feel
Yeah.
like though
That's
I was
not a lot.
looking at different scores because I'm in like that Facebook group, the PSA and whatever
Unofficial.
group, unofficial whatever.
Facebook. Yeah.
And so whenever it's funny because whenever it's like Steve that's judging, the board is like it looks like Wyoming's board. Like I think recently was just like Southern Regionals or something,
Yeah.
and the board was like same thing.
Like
There
a
was
lot
only
of fails.
A lot
Interesting.
a lot of fails. And then I look at like maybe who was your judge?
Ben.
Ben's, and it was a lot
More
better.
passes.
It was a lot of passes.
I think it was the dogs though.
It has to
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
It has to
We
be,
had a- I
for
don't-
sure.
He's
Well,
like, I had
depending on
good
where they
competition,
judged
okay?
to.
Dude,
No.
that fuck-
Even then,
You did. The Lodi
It was-
trial.
Bro, that trial was crazy,
amazing.
bro.
That was
Yeah.
a stacked lineup.
Like the first four,
Because if you look at the points,
there was the first four people, first through fourth, all had 90 plus scores.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if I was second or third in that trial, but even the person behind me was like half a point away.
Yeah. No.
But Slim does well in protection. And so that's where Slim fucking saves my ass. And it's frustrating because I work on obedience so much. Like I'm such an obedience fiend. that fucking Slim
like,
just
"God
does
damn
not represent it that much.
Yeah.
But he kills in protection.
Yeah.
And he kills in protection. And so that's where I heard someone say, they're like, well, hey, remember, it's a protection sport. It's not called obedience.
yeah, but then like
Still
you
gotta
still have
pass
to get
obedience.
through
You still have to
obedience
pass. You
get
still have to pass. But I'm happy with my dog scoring better in protection than obedience.
Yeah.
But it's the type of dog. I guarantee you Mojo will score, I mean, probably equally, but like he's just a better composed internal dog
Yeah.
who would make me look better on the trial field
For sure.
than Slim. Slim makes it look like I don't even do much with him. You just fucking tweak him, man. Oh, the dog's taught me so much.
Yeah. The harder dogs will teach.
Bro, I wanted a banger and I fucking
That's
got
what you
one,
got.
bro.
Your prayers have
I
been
got
answered.
one and it is difficult. But that's
Yeah.
why you got to get creative.
Well,
Yep.
even for the trial, like going back to the trial that is coming up in April, I do want to redo the the PDC with Draco,
Mm-hmm.
if possible, because the first,
He needs a mock trial.
yeah.
We both do.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we both do,
Well-
but at the same time, I think the first time it has to do with. Okay, so the first time I tried getting his PDC was a while back, but everything was fine. It was perfect. We also trained at that field before, so it was
Yeah.
a very familiar place, nothing crazy. And I was doing a warm-up routine with him, and then as soon as I step onto the trial field, we're doing the healing around the figure eights. And I didn't notice this, but then the judge, which was Katie, she was like, he is limping. And I was like, really? And so she's like, do you want to see, like, stop your routine and check his paw? So then I checked his paw, and he had the biggest gash on his paw. And I obviously didn't want to keep going. So
Yeah.
then I pulled him. And that was a learning experience already because I was so nervous leading up to that. And I think it was, I was only going to do Draco's PDC, not Beretta's at the time because she wasn't ready. And so I was bummed. I was so sad. And so they're like, don't worry, there's another trial coming up in Arizona. You guys should do that one. You guys are ready. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So by that time, Beretta was ready. So we were able to do Arizona. But I've never traveled with Draco before, that far at least, and trialed him.
Yeah.
Dobermans are just weird too, like as an
Off-breeds.
off-breed thing. And so it was an unfamiliar field. It was new. It was different. And as soon as what happened, I remember someone was like, go get your dog. And so I remember I went with Beretta first because I wanted to get my trial nerves out, and Beretta killed it. She did so well. And so it was out. I was like,
Yeah,
I got
we're
this.
good.
We're good, whatever, right? And so the whole time Beretta's like healing next to me. She looks great. And then as soon as I bring Draco out, I remember I brought him out too early. So by the time I'm shedding all the equipment, I remember I gave you the tug. I gave you the e-collar. The steward goes, you have 2 minutes left. They're still giving critiques.
You're like,
And I was like, damn. But in my brain, 2 minutes doesn't seem like a long time. It seems very quick. What I should have done is taken him back, put the e-collar on, redo the whole entire.
Honestly, I don't think it would have made a huge difference.
I feel like it would have.
I think because you were going to take it right back off.
I mean,
you kind of came out.
I
flat.
think he
Uh-huh.
came.
Yeah. I
He
think-
came out
yeah.
super. He came out good, but as soon as the steward started talking, he was like, "Where the fuck?
yeah.
Who all
What are
these
we
people?"
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing? And so I did pretty much almost the full routine, and he wasn't healing next to me, and I just felt like it was wrong. So then I was like, "This is weird," and I've never seen him like this before. So then I end up pulling, but I remember you're like, "Just do it. Just finish it.
I was like praying she would look at me.
Yeah,
like I was like standing
I,
right in front of her, and I was like, keep going.
No, I was
keep
looking.
going.
I was like, what the hell?
Because he was still with you. He just wasn't giving you the
yeah,
focus.
he wasn't giving me a
But
focus
dude,
heel.
all you had was a right turn, and then that straightaway, and you were done.
The gunshots, the right turn.
Yeah,
The gun, which the gunshots might have
would've
kicked him
been-
back into drive though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
The gunshots, he might have been like, oh fuck yeah, like there's something going on.
Honestly, everyone's like, he would have killed it in protection anyways, so you would have passed regardless. But then in my brain, I'm like, the most I'm gonna put on him is, a PDC.
Yeah.
So
I just think like you see some people. I mean, it goes again to say that like we train with people that obviously are at
Yeah, the
top, and
standard,
You want to
yeah.
look good and the standard and all, but you see some PDCs where the
Oh,
obedience
bro,
doesn't look
it's
that
bad.
great.
I know.
Bro, it's
So-
been bad. Like they not even leash
But then
walking.
see,
I'm
like,
like,
our
you don't even have a
standards
loose
are-
leash walk with your dog.
Yeah.
Like,
But
in my brain though, it felt like I was failing, and I would have
Yeah.
rather pulled than the judge tell me like, oh, you didn't have enough points to pass.
mm-mm.
But then I obviously
Next time,
did.
listen to
Yeah,
Uncle
yeah.
Shane.
But-
Okay? Listen to Uncle Shane.
But
I will
it-
tell
let
you.
the
didn't-
judge tell you.
it
I might
didn't-
tell you a joke, but
No,
I
the
never tell you a
judge-
lie. Fucking
the
keep
ju-
going.
The judge literally told me, or Katie was like, you would have passed. And I was like,
Oscar was like, I'll fucking take him out there right next weekend.
Yeah.
I'll take him out and
she's
trial.
like, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a learning experience for sure. And that was probably the worst it could have gotten. So that definitely, I learned a lot.
No,
from
the
that
worst
too.
it could get is your dog gets ran.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That's the
That's
worst.
actually the
That's how
worst.
Zeus Zeus got ran at
Oh,
a street
really?
league. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
I did the sideshow right before,
Yeah,
and it
that-
fucking
That'll
fucked with
do it.
him, bro.
Yeah.
And then we did the trial. I'm fucking that big ass. I don't remember the dude's name. Big motherfucker. He's like, right. So he's like, no. And then I was like, Stellan, and he turned around and did like a weak ass bite on
That
it
was
and
also
shit.
inside of a warehouse, right?
No, the sideshow. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he should have never done that. He should have never done that.
Yeah.
Sorry, my boy.
Yeah.
That's why he gets easy free bites. No more obedience.
Yep.
But yeah, he got ran. So getting ran is definitely not the way you want to go.
No.
I guess.
Do you
that
have-
would be worse.
Yeah,
Do you
hands down
have
worse.
tips for people who are prepping for their first trial?
How much time do you got? Yeah,
Just
I
a
think.
small question here.
Yeah, just one last question. I think for the way I train, I didn't have. We had a lot of good decoys around us, but the downfall to having a lot of good decoys around you is that they're always fucking busy.
Yeah.
They're always fucking busy, right? So like I didn't have like there was a lot of like I was training with Oscar with Slim, but like Oscar was busy and I could only get to club so often. I was busy. I had my business and stuff, and so I try to do everything I can with toys. Right, I teach the transport on a toy. I teach that out and guard on a toy. I teach the focus. Like I try to teach so much and break everything down where I don't have a decoy. I mean, I told you a bunch of times, hey, use your spring pull.
Yeah.
Do out and guards on your spring pull. Do transports to your spring pull. Send like this way I can get reps. And when I go to club, it speeds things up very quickly. Anytime me and Oscar train, like fucking if it'll ever happen again, fucking guy. Anytime me and Oscar train, I love it because we get so far so quickly.
Yeah.
Because like the last time I trained him with Mojo, bro, like he put him on the suit. He like we were doing out and guards, sits, capping, and everything. And Oscar was like, "This is what it looks like when you train your dog at home."
Yeah, when you
he's
have
like,
homework.
now when you bring him out, he's like, bro, we get it cracking, right? And
Yeah.
we're able to progress so quickly because of all the foundational stuff I do at home. So to prepare for trial, do everything in your fucking power that you can without a decoy. Right, I bought my little boxing. I have like 2 pads and a fucking head, and I put the bite suit on the dude, and I'm doing neutrality and shit around that thing. So that's my biggest advice. My second biggest advice would be train with people that you trust is definitely one thing, but like is definitely another thing. Right,
Yeah.
like you guys may be good dog trainers, but if your personality shit, if I can't fucking hang out with you for a few hours, I don't give a fuck. I don't care how good you are. If I can't stomach you, it's not gonna matter, right? So I mean that's not directly related to the trial, but it's part
Just
of it.
Be a cool person.
It's part of it,
Be
man.
nice.
Just
Be a
fuck,
good
be
guy.
helpful, be helpful. Shut up. They're like it's part of it. And when you're around a good community, and when Tom was like, "Hey Shane, you're not ready. Don't trial." Cool. I'm not like I need to be able to trust that, right?
When have I ever said that?
Because
I
when you
mean-
stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready, bro. But yeah, like that's a big thing, is having a good group. And I think that's a big downfall. Like I see it a lot in my online community where people are like, man, I have no PSA people around me. I have no decoys around me. And so that's where I'm like, do as much as you can with a bite sleeve, with the bite pillow, fucking hang it on a tree. Like do as much as you can. That way when you meet up with your decoy, you could start getting shit cracking immediately.
It's also like really intimidating too, I feel like, for a new person to
It's tough.
get into bite sports.
It's tough,
And
yeah.
I try to give as much as advice as possible to people that are new
Mm-hmm.
to the sport, but it's just difficult.
It's
Some people
tough.
aren't fortunate enough, like
Hence
to
us, we
have-
kind of create our own fucking little
Yeah,
club.
I mean,
We're
even
just
then,
like,
there's
hard
so
out there.
many people doing bite work near us and around us, so it's
A
a little.
lot.
I would say it's a lot easier because
Yep.
we're in an area that is just so concentrated, full of people doing the same sport. But
Yep.
if you live in like other states, maybe it might be a lot more difficult. So it is really hard for people to get started, and I feel like I do sometimes take that for granted.
Yeah, that
having
sucks.
a good
Uh-huh.
community or having a group of people to train with constantly, and it's hard. I feel for that.
Yeah,
now.
I definitely.
Because there's only so
feel
much
bad.
you can do in PSA by yourself.
Dude,
And I think like dog
Yeah.
training in
Yeah.
general is kind of like that,
yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
think that's kind of why we do the things that we do and host,
Try and build community.
try and build community.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, your guys is
Yeah,
Seminar.
leading
Coming
us
up.
into
For
our
sure.
seminar.
And but like fuck, man, like getting a crash course on this shit, you guys, is so helpful, so beneficial. I would have paid. I didn't have much back in the day, but I would have paid all the last fucking pennies in my bank account to be able to get a crash course from somebody that like I really respected their work and I seen what they've been doing. We're having a training for trainers seminar, and this is, I'm hoping, kind of the start of something new. I come across a lot of young green trainers, I know Meg does too, that just get bad information, and they're driven kids, they're driven young people, and they're like, I want to learn this, I want to do this, but they just don't have good information. And like I don't give a fuck how smart you are, how good you are, with the wrong formula, you'll never fucking make it happen.
Yeah.
Right. And so our seminar is basically to kind of give you guys a crash course on a lot of the mistakes that we've made and a lot of things that helped us out, so you don't have to then make those mistakes. Right. Like that is the biggest thing. Not everybody's super, like, I didn't have a mentor when I first started. I don't think you had a good mentor when you first started. Like there was shit where I was just trying shit. I was training dogs I probably shouldn't have been training, and I was doing things that like I was just trying. That's why I started doing it for free, because I was like, if I do it wrong, I don't want to get in trouble by you guys. But it's super helpful to be able to converse with people who have done what you're doing and are still doing it. Like we are still actively training, working on our business. It's not like we've been doing it 25 years and I haven't touched a pet dog in 10.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, like just because you guys see me post a lot of the bite work stuff, all my clients are pet dog clients. That is it, right? Besides my group bite work, literally, I don't get any privates for bite work. Nobody's doing that. It's all pet dog clients. And so we're able to offer you this crash course of some theory and application on how I go about diagnosing our dogs through our sessions, communication, engagement, just basically the basic things that I go over when I first meet a client and a dog, right? And I think that's super helpful, man, because when I first started, I didn't have a formula. Like I was just like, okay, let's take the dog out and let's kind of see what happens. But now I have like a set formula. Like I know I'm going to do this when I first start, and then we're going to move on to this, and then we're going to move on to that, right? I'm very good at training. I'm very, very good at training. I'm very good at teaching. I was not good at any of the business administrative stuff though. And that, lo and behold, that will make your job so much fucking easier when you get good at that. And I didn't get good at that. Oscar helped me out a bit when I first started, just talking to me about putting me on game. He's like, hey bro, like I've been doing this. But then once I met Meg and she kind of got my community and everything, it just fucking, it's so much easier now. And that's something that I think is a little underrated, right?
Yeah.
You don't hear a lot of dog trainers preaching their business aspects of it. Well, I don't think a lot of us are good at that part. Like a lot of us dog trainers are very type B people, right? I'm the shove all my papers in my backpack and my desk. Back in the day, if you would have like remember when you had to clean out your desk, holy shit!
Just
I
grab
was finding
everything.
dude, like it looked so bad. Like I would just pull everything out, put it in a trash bag. I'm like, okay, it was all trash. Like it is so fucking bad, like so bad. And I think being able to learn this side of it. So part of our seminar will be the training and application. And then the other part will be Meg going over the business administrative side. So I'll let her kind of take over on that.
Yeah, so I always kind of tell people, like, I've literally made every mistake possible in running a dog training business. And when you do, you know, this workshop or any of the other things that we have, I'm going to make sure that you don't make those same mistakes, Pablo.
How do you feel about that, Pablo?
Yeah, Pablo.
Yep, he says you guys better fucking be here.
Yeah, so we're going to cover like foundations of dog training. I think both Shane and I keep things very, very simple. That's what a lot of people need help with. It's what you're going to be doing a lot of with the clients that you work with. So we're going to cover that. And then we're going to cover kind of the entire back end of structuring a dog training business. October 17th through 19th. 3 days, all 3 days. It's in Upland, California. We've already got quite a few people signed up.
I know. Yeah, a good amount. So get on it quickly. We have our early bird sale going on right now.
Yes, through September 15th. So a spot is $800 and that's going to go up after September 15th. We also have working spots available. So if you want to bring a dog, practice your handling skills, that's going to be for you.
How many people are you guys taking, or like how many?
I'm not sure. I think it kind of like,
or like just like
the working spots depend on the dogs.
It'll probably be 6 to 8 working spots.
And then how many like audit?
For the audit spots, we're probably looking at somewhere maybe under 30, around there.
I would say 30.
Around there. It's not like a workshop where it's like I'm going to be working dogs nonstop. No, it's going to be a lot of theory and explanation, right?
Yeah.
So we may work the dog and then we'll converse about it for 15, 20 minutes and then take another dog out.
Yeah. And that's why we're being selective about the working spots as well.
I want it to be correlative to the things that we're teaching. I love teaching this stuff, you guys. I would go fucking all day long if I can, but the human brain cannot absorb that much information. It just can't, man. Like, it just can't, right? So I want to give you guys as much as I can, but it has to be digestible for you guys.
And that carries over into how you need to teach your clients dog training.
Because if you can't fucking make it happen in your head, what do you think your fucking client who doesn't even give a fuck about dog training? They don't even like, they hardly even like it. Yeah, they're like, dude, I'm just here because my dog's bad. If my dog wasn't bad, I wouldn't even fucking be here.
Yeah.
Right. So it all goes hand in hand. But I think it's going to be super beneficial, guys. I know there's some training schools and stuff out there right now, but I think this one's going to be very personal and very relevant, right? Like very relevant. Like this is what we do.
Yeah.
You've done the daycare. You've done the dog walking. You've done like this is what the fuck we do. Right. So it's not going to be really geared towards like working dog stuff. Like, sure, I'll definitely touch on like concepts of motivation and how we could steal some stuff from there and whatnot. But it's going to be mostly like pet dog concepts. Right. And then it would eventually lead into another advanced course where then we start kind of diving in on like reactivity, aggression and things like that. And then we get some gnarly dogs out there so you guys could see. And then all of this to eventually lead up to hopefully some sort of certification. Again, we'll offer a certification of completion for the first one, but in order for Meg and I to be like, yeah, we're recommend this trainer,
stamp of approval
like,
on you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And I think it should be, right? We're always talking about, well, dog training's unregulated, this and that. What are we going to do? You guys could write as many letters to the fucking state and government as you want, or we could start doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? It's as simple as that. If you like the way Meg and I train, if you like the way Meg runs her, I mean, fuck, y'all don't know this, but Meg runs a lot of people's dog training businesses behind the door, right? But it's going to be super beneficial and hopefully, like I said, the start of something new to where now we could get some solid information out there. Again, you guys, the business, there's so many dogs.
There's so many dogs.
There's so many dogs right now.
And that's the other thing too, is the sense of community that you get from it. Dog training can feel very isolating. So like to be around other people that are doing the same like journey as you in your dog training career is going to be super helpful.
Yeah. And again, not only for newer green dog trainers too, right? If you've been doing this for some time, I guarantee you there's going to be something from Meg and I that you'll be able to pick up. That's kind of the kiss and death when you've been doing it for some time and you've been doing it well. You're like, well, like, I don't really need, like, everything's going good. Trust me. Don't fall into that fucking trap. Do not do it. there's always something more you could learn. There's always a missing puzzle piece, right? That could just make it easier for you to then hopefully give back to the dogs. And that's kind of like my whole jits with shit is the more my honey book takes over shit, the more I could train dogs.
Yeah.
And the less I'm replying to emails, the less I'm fucking worrying about all that shit, the more I'm training dogs and actually doing the things.
And helping dog trainers who help more dogs.
And it just fucking keeps
spreading
going,
from
you
there.
guys. I want a community of, is inspirators a word? Inspirators? That's not a word? No?
Celine.
Sure.
I don't think so.
Either way.
Inspire others.
Inspirators.
Inspirators. Yeah, inspirators,
Sure,
right?
let's go with that.
I've been inspired when I started doing this, right? Michael Ellis really lit a fire on my ass. Like, I was super inspired, and now my main goal, and I say this all the time on my community lives, I'm like, I want to teach and inspire you guys, so then you guys could go fucking teach and inspire others. And then everybody's just getting fucking inspired, and we got some good education out there. We're really helping out dogs. We're not beating behind the bush. Right? Like, I want shit to be black and white. I want you guys to understand this so you guys could then go and teach it and you guys could help out other dogs and other trainers.
Yeah.
Right? We can't sit here and just bitch and moan about the dog community sucking and nobody knows anything. Everybody thinks they know, okay, well, what are you doing to fucking fix that? Or you just bitching and making videos about it every fucking day. No, we're going to sit here.
Uncle Shane's rant.
Yeah, I'm going to because
He ain't wrong.
yeah, I think part of it is just because I'm emotional about this because I care.
Yeah.
Right? Meg, you and I could never do any of this and we would be fine. We don't need to do workshops. We don't need to do it. We would be totally fine. But that's not good enough for me. I want the community to get better.
Yeah.
Right? And like, that's why I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do this shit. Right? This is something you and I have been talking about. But man, I think it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
We've done like 17 podcasts
Yeah.
about it of like, here comes the shadow program.
Yeah, and now it's finally
Here it
coming up.
comes. Here
Yeah.
it comes.
I can't
We
wait.
had to get a space for it. That's
Uh-huh.
been like the hardest thing for
And
sure.
now we got a space.
And now we got a space.
Now you
Nice.
guys got to listen to
So-
me yap for 8 hours uninterrupted.
For
Yeah.
multiple days.
Come out.
Uninterrupted.
Food will be included.
Uh-huh.
It'll be good.
It's in a suburban area, so there's a lot of Airbnbs around. The airport is like 15 minutes away from the spot.
Lots of hotels, cute little coffee shops. We love it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining me again.
Again.
We made it
Part two.
through. Thank you, Celine, for letting us crash your house once
Anytime.
again.
Always.
Yeah.
Anytime.
And we'll see you back here next week.